If Lands Could Kill, featuring Night City, Right, So and Crow, and Hot Sauce.
All right, welcome to If Lands Could Kill. I'm your boy Knife City.
This is Reich.
So and Crow.
Hot Sauce.
You just like bringing up the rear.
You're absolutely right. You see how I let that shit
stared me down like, whoa, on the spot. Oh,
Yeah,
no,
he
I know.
fucking know
I
what's
listened to all the
happening
episodes,
You
fucker.
kn-
I'm
you
just
know your
threw me
place.
off.
Yeah, you better fucking learn your place. That's third is last, okay? Because last ain't last. First is first. Second is doing just fine.
Okay,
Second is the first loser.
Okay, Miles Salsa, don't get all uppity now.
Fucking Harry Caboose over here.
It enrages me.
So this is episode 17 of If Lands Could Kill. So what's going on, fuckers? How's it been since we last hung out? Feels like forever since we actually sat down, talked about Magic, played Magic.
It's been a few weeks. So things passed. We got past the Pro Tour and all that stuff. But now I've been good. I'm ready transitioning into my new job in a few weeks. I'm saying goodbye to my current job. I'll probably take a week off and fucking just play some Magic online.
I kind of figured you'd be out of that shit by now.
No, well, I wanted to leave right away, but I just gave him the courtesy of the 2 weeks.
Wow, that's very nice.
Because like your father-in-law, right?
It's my uncle.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Still.
But still,
Yeah.
you gotta give him courtesy.
Uncle-in-law.
Uncle-in-law.
Uncle and father.
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that.
But yeah, I had a lot of shit I'm finishing up. But yeah, I'm fucking stoked about the new job, finalizing all that stuff. Actually, I'll wear some big boy clothes to work. Can't just wear jeans all the time.
You actually got to tuck in your shirt and all that fancy
Yeah,
shit?
it's like a dress
He tucks his
code.
shirt in anyways.
Well, I mean, because he looks nice. He's a handsome man.
Yeah.
Remember,
Okay.
Just saying. I mean,
most handsome guy in
your
the
point
cast.
is invalid if he does it anyway.
He is.
It's not like
He's
it's a
the
big deal.
classiest
We
guy.
already
Already
Cast.
glasses
Dude,
motherfucker
this
around.
cast has 3 dirty motherfuckers.
and
Right?
one metrosexual.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to keep it real around here.
There's a difference between a guy that shaves every 3 days and a guy that shaves every 2 weeks.
I had a lot of beard. Then again, I can't grow a beard, so that's probably partly it. But no, I've been good. I've just been playing fucking random games, trying to get back on Destiny again.
I was gonna say, like, why random games when Destiny's just sitting there
I
waiting for you?
know. I was gonna play it last night, and I just couldn't get it up for it.
Dude,
so.
Destiny is sitting on the bed, legs spread, with her finger like calling for you, like,
Yeah.
come here,
Flicking
come
the
here.
bean.
Just waiting.
Yeah, she's already ready.
Dude,
Wait,
she's
so
ready.
ready.
I can
There's
just dive in.
I know.
There's been There's been patches to make it better. She's like gotten better just from aging on the bed like a fine wine. And
waiting.
there you are, just looking across the way, going like, I want to play this.
I'd rather jerk off the internet indies and shit.
Yeah. You know.
What's Steam Greenlight looking at right now?
You know. How's that sock puppet porn going on? Other than that, I've been not too much Magic. I need to get back into Magic. I need to get my deck together, actually figure out what the hell I'm going to play besides Teamer. I need to disassemble my fucking last deck and take out everything but Stormbreath and Sylvian Caryatids.
I don't know if you know this, but you can have multiple decks.
No,
I don't know.
there is only green-red variants. It's either green and red or a variant thereov.
Some people, right?
I know.
They're not looking, but I just pointed at this guy. Some fucking people.
Kidding me? There's other colors? Never played them.
Right.
What's up with you?
Today I had today off, and I never used to be like this, but I can't sleep in anymore. I've always been able to jobs where I have to wake up at 6. I've been able to sleep until noon, no problem. But
in your life.
but I can't do it anymore. Today I woke up at fucking 7:45. Fuck. All right.
Day
That's the worst, too.
It's the best. You got more time for video games and Magic. What is
But the
wrong
thing
with
is,
you
was the
people?
girl home?
No, she wasn't
See,
home.
if the girl's not home, what's the point? You know what I mean? If the girl's
Then
home,
jerk off and go back to sleep.
yeah,
I'm
but
like,
that,
what the-
but the girl's home. Then you get up super early, and then you have this good 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
Just be it's quiet. Dogs are in the room or whatever.
Yeah,
the
they're still
hell.
sleeping with her.
Still sleeping with her. You get to play your games or whatever, and rub it in the living room. No big deal. And then
Wherever in the house.
And then she comes out, and then you're like, "Hey, babe, what's up?" And you're all bright, and
Yeah.
she's like, "Whatever, I don't give a fuck." Whatever."
Yeah, but if she's not home, then you could just stay that awesome day the entire fucking time. Just constant relaxation, and earlier on, you can sleep when you're dead. I don't know.
I like
I'm
sleep.
not a fan of sleep. I hate
I
it.
love me some sleep.
Oh, God, I know. I'd sleep all day if I could.
I'm right in the middle because I don't want to. 10 hours is excessive, and it doesn't make, it's no good. But once a week, I'll go to bed at 9 p.m. Why the fuck not? Let's do it,
I actually got 6 hours or so the other night. I woke up the next day for work and was dragging ass all fucking day. I was too goddamn tired.
Yeah.
I was like, that's just... I get like 5, and that's about max.
Really? 5? So 6 is too long.
6 is like right
6
there.
is pretty long.
Yes, yeah, every girl should know that.
Yeah.
6 is too long.
That's like above average.
It's like a beer can, okay?
It's like a hockey puck.
6 gives you a headache the next day. That's what it does. So, anyways, I woke up and was dicking around, and I was like, you know what? I'll check out this Walking Dead game that everyone's been playing because I watched the show.
One on Steam,
well, it's
or the Telltale games.
So season
like
1,
that
episode
comic
1.
book.
yeah,
game.
season 1, episode 1. It's like the story-driven fucking one, and episode 1 was free
You make like 4 choices. You hold the controller for like 20 minutes, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's real good.
No, it's like a good.
I was
It's like a good interactive movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Like a advanced... Freaking what were those books back in the day with the mad
Goosebumps Choose Your Adventure.
Yeah, exactly.
Turn
It's
to
that,
page
but
52.
it's
That's exactly what I thought when I played it.
You saw it, Lois. I had my finger on the last page. You saw it.
So that's literally what I woke up, didn't get out of bed, just played that the whole episode through on the tablet, and it was pretty good. Like, I'm not gonna pay for it, so I went and downloaded it illegally, allegedly. And so yeah, that was cool. Hopped on Moto for a while. Did some more play testing with my deck.
I will say that games like that are better on tablets. Even though they have it on everything. Like, it's like Minecraft status where like that shit, once they got popular, they're like, fuck it. We don't need to make more content. They made the second season, that's completed now too, but they're like, fuck it, we don't need to like add on other shit. Let's just go ahead and put our money into putting it on every platform. And guess what happens? It sells like a motherfucker. Yep. You know what I mean?
I was at Target and they have fucking Minecraft like action figures and t-shirts. I'm like, I had no idea this was this big.
Minecraft is, we all know we probably know the numbers basically, but the popularity, because it has this outreach in the community past the numbers. It's like one of the biggest channels on YouTube, all that stuff. It's fucking huge.
I actually have that fucking like foam sword.
Oh,
I
really?
got it before you could buy it like at Targets and shit. I got it from the actual site when Minecraft first came over to Xbox. When I was like, I'll get this for my brother because he's really into the game. And I was like, well, that's kind of cool. I want one too. It's been hanging on my wall, like upside down, like my own little battle sword, ready for fighting. Now my son takes it and hits me with it, so it's awesome.
Speaking about Nerf shit, who wants to buy a Nerf Garuk's axe that's sitting in my closet that I have no use for?
I do. I'll give it to my son.
You want it?
Yeah. All right. I don't think so. I don't think that's a future giveaway.
Is that okay?
For a $high episode.
That'll be a giveaway prize
for anybody who interacts with us at all, because nobody does.
No, we got on the last episode. We got 2 comments.
Oh, we did.
And one of them was said, please go ahead and go to weekly episodes.
So, please get off the air.
Okay, so which one of our friends said that?
No, it's time for a shout out. Let me
Shout out to Simon Crow.
Yeah, that was me.
Anyways, that was good.
Yeah. That was me.
And we had another person?
I was going to say, I was going to have you guys buy me some fucking time because the internet is not that fast.
Oh, well, anyways.
No.
You were basically talking shit the other comment, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know if you realized that, Jace.
So,
hot sauce.
So I went over to our buddy Peppermint Swirl's house. It was last week or the week before or something. It was when the Pro Tour was on. That's how you know you have a good friend, is when you're willing to like go hang out with them instead of watch the Pro Tour. So
that was just last weekend, right?
Yeah. So it was Friday. But I went and hung out with him for a little bit.
What? Good intro.
Oh, man.
Welcome.
So I went over there and, I've been waiting for everybody to get on the Xbox One train. Because everyone has 360s, but nobody has the Xbox One yet except for Crow over here. And so I went over there, was talking to him, and I noticed, like, the TV, like, man, that's a weird, like, Xbox One home screen. Like, how'd you customize that? He's like, yeah, that's a PS4. And I was like, you bitch! How dare you! Like,
dude, but it's
blasphemy.
a white PS4, and that's sexy.
I don't give a shit.
that's-
Like, the first
I'll
venture
come on
into...
the black one and I'll make it white. Who
Yeah,
cares?
exactly. Make it all crusty. So anyways, I felt betrayed because finally when I get a new console, he switches. So
Yeah.
I was quite upset about that.
I'd be upset too.
I understand.
But it's like what? Sure, the hardware is a little bit better, but like, what titles are specifically for PS4 that Xbox doesn't have?
You know, hardware could be better, but are the games better resolution necessarily? Like, yeah, the numbers could be higher, but like, isn't it just got a lot of? You have to what's it called when you have to compress everything anyways. All that shit, like, the shit doesn't really matter a lot of times. When I see the numbers about 900p and 1080p and whatever other fucking numbers there are, I'm like, they all look pretty damn good to me.
Yeah.
I can tell the difference now. Before I couldn't, but now I can tell the difference between like 720 and 1080. So if I have like the Xbox gets rebooted or whatever else, has like an update and it goes down to like 720 or whatever from that, then I'm like, okay, now I can tell that that's 720 fine. It's hard to tell, but it's still you can tell.
But it's still
really,
it's still only that like top 5% where it like goes up. You know, it's like, sure, it's better, but there comes a point where the increments are almost negligible.
Yeah.
Like, they're there, and you can, if someone points it out, you can notice it, but it's like,
Does it really fucking matter?
yeah, does it really matter? Like, in audio, it's like professional musicians pay for that extra like 5% better sounding audio.
No, that
like,
goes down from like, $8,000 worth of equipment to $100,000.
Yeah, exactly. And from 8 to 100, it's that extra 5-10%. So I like Xbox because
Which one has the gamer score?
Yeah, right.
That I have, like,
I want Halo.
already.
Damn it.
No, I like Gamerscore.
No, gamer score
So-
is like the only reason I would never go to PlayStation 4.
That's me too, no, for sure. So I will say that, I wanted to say the shout out though because he deserves it, because guess what? He's the only one that fucking said it. Old Crow Medicine 16. Weekly episodes, do it, vote number 1. That's what I'm saying. I'm glad that he did it. He didn't see anything else on the comment section, and he was like, fuck it, I'm doing it. And honestly, it makes me feel good.
Good.
I got a little bit of a chub. And it's probably a dude, but you know what? Chub it is.
Yeah.
Chub right at you,
I bet
sir.
it's a very handsome dude, though.
Yeah, super handsome. He's
Probably hairy,
most handsome.
beastly.
Now, come on, don't talk shit about our fans. How dare you, sir? How dare you?
That's what I am. Jeez.
I didn't know we all are. Even Brenton.
I always
Brenton's
imagine-
got hair when he doesn't want it. It's all right. It's just a guy thing. So, anyway.
And that's I thought you said there's 2.
No, there was 2, but the second one was Street Fighting Fan with spaces and capital letters and very proper. It says, the funniest joke was when Hot Sauce asked if anyone was listening. So
That was me.
That's up in the air. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Anyways, what's up, Crow? What's happening?
Man, I'm in a conundrum. I don't have enough time. On top of completely falling into Magic, I got my wife and my son to hang out with and take care of and everything right there. Yeah, but
They can fall by the
love my
wayside.
son, love my wife, and wife's been awesome, been real cool about letting me fall into this addiction and everything. But now, on top of Destiny 2, I've also went out and bought Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor.
Oh, I heard that
And
was
this
good.
game is fucking awesome. It is everything you want it to be, and then people who think it's like just a hack and slash or a typical like the new like Batman where you're just fighting off enemies the whole time. The
I
whole
heard the combat similar, though, right?
the
But
combat
that's
is
okay.
similar
That's
to
okay. It
that.
has a
It's
great
good
combat
combat.
system.
It is, exactly. But from there, if you're not happy enough with that, the new styling enemy system they have, where the enemies' captains remember who you are, and they talk shit to you the whole time if they kill you. And when they kill you, they get stronger. So the game is hard. It's difficult. And when you lose to one of these captains, they get stronger. They don't get weaker, so you have a better chance to kill them next time. They get stronger. It's even harder to kill them.
The fuck?
And next thing you know, you're fighting that one, going, oh, maybe I'll get this guy this time. And then another captain or two show up, and amongst them is another horde of 30 guys attacking you. You're like, holy fuck! Like this, I need to run right now. I'm about to die, and they're gonna get stronger. So then, if you run, sometimes they'll go, oh, you pussy! I'm gonna get stronger anyways because I freaking made you run to being scared. So the game is difficult, but it's awesome.
So Crow was saying that it's I guess like minions can turn into the
Champions or
the
something?
champions or
If
whatever. Not
just
champions,
a
but what's it
basic
called?
grunt gets the last strike and kills you, he becomes a
captain.
horde captain. Yeah, so
That's
It's promoted.
Yes.
He's like,
That's totally new. Though. I
Bob, come into
haven't
my
heard-
office today.
it's
You did a great job.
enemy system. He goes, oh, they'll have to promote me for this one. And he
You know what?
kills
You can have sex with my daughter. I like it.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
So then he'll battle some other captain, and then he'll usually win against that captain. he'll take over his position, and then when he kills him, he gets stronger as well right there. So it's just this whole brand new battle system that's just awesome.
It's kind of sweet.
And it takes, like, I'm not a big fan of Assassin's Creed, because I don't like the whole walk all slow for 20 minutes behind some guy to stab him real quick and nobody sees you. So this takes everything about being sly about that, where you can be stealthy, but you can sprint still. And
you just crouch.
Yeah, you crouch and you're able to run just as fast as if you're almost just as fast if you're just regular running. So you're not sitting there having to be all slow as shit. You can still stealth kill like a motherfucker, but being quick though, not having to fucking piddle paddle around.
Honestly, that is a complaint that I had with Assassin's Creed.
I couldn't play the game because of it. Just like, fuck, this is boring as fuck.
Assassin's Creed has many complaints. It's pretty solid in a lot of ways, but it has many complaints by many people.
So this is a first person?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then Assassin's Creed, when you like go run and climb up a wall.
Third person.
Oh, I thought you meant. Sorry, yeah, it's third person view.
Okay.
I apologize. I thought you meant just one person. My bad. I thought you were talking about like multiplayer and whatnot.
Yeah.
No, it's third person view. Yeah. But like in Assassin's Creed, you go like run up a wall. There's like it's always glitchy, and you kind of like you bump forward and you go forward. This thing is beyond smooth. You go run on a wall to climb up something, and you just up the frickin' wall.
I love
this
animations.
Game is
I love
awesome.
solid animations.
It is fucking awesome. You shoot a freaking guy's eye out with the bow and arrow, and you kill him. And it's a captain, and he comes back next time he respawns later on. He comes back with an eye patch over his eye. You shot my eye out last time. I'll kick your ass this time, you fucking piece of shit. It's an
that
awesome
is pretty.
game.
No, that's
it's
good attention to detail.
Cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's real cool.
I may have talked about this before, but like I have complaints when games, when you're in a third-person view and you're walking forward, and then you pull back on the stick to walk backwards, and then it just one frame animation to turn around. Instead of having like a smooth transition left or right where it has like, 30 frames or 20 frames or whatever to actually have the animation of your cape swinging around and all that shit. There's a lot of games where you hit back and boom, your character's facing backwards with no animation at all. Like now it feels like a game, like it feels like arcadey to me, and
I'm
not
no
into
weight
that.
behind the movement.
Like we've been in the future since like Gears of War. Gears of War set the standard, I think, for like smooth animation of that kind of shit.
Where are they coming out with a new Gears of War, by the way?
I don't know. You know what? That last one didn't do so well.
They kept saying it was the last one, and they made like 2 more.
Also,
Cliffy B's an asshole.
Yeah, Cliffy B's out. Which Cliffy B's the guy,
I don't know who that
Cliff Basinski or whatever. He's the one that like is the head creator and producer for all that shit. He's out. He's out of gaming for the next so often or whatever. I'm pretty sure. Last I heard. So So anyways, if something does come out, honestly, it's not going to be as good. So. Anyways.
So from there, that's my conundrum. I have not enough time for all this cool shit to do.
It's the season.
Thus, my wanting of lack of sleep. Who fucking cares about sleep? I can be having fun.
Dude,
you know?
There's so much good shit coming out in November and December. Like, fuckers and their Movember. So, Halo, the fucking something edition,
Commander's Chest or whatever it is.
Yeah, the one
it's the
1, 2, 3, 4.
Isn't it like Spartan
Master Chief
Chief Collection. Yeah. That's coming out. Grand Theft Auto 5 coming out.
New gen consoles.
Yeah, it's already been out.
Let's not confuse it.
Yes. Advanced Warfare. Yeah, Advanced Warfare. It's coming out.
It doesn't look that bad. I'm not going to buy it, but I'll rent it or whatever.
Yeah, it looks all right.
Redbox that bitch.
It's just
Redbox?
another. Yeah. It's another Call of Duty. Like Call of Duty's like Madden. I don't expect much out of it, but I expect some decent replay value. So
I think this will be the first year in a while I'm not going to get this one.
Yeah,
I was playing it nonstop, but now I'm just so in love with Destiny that it's like I bought that last one and it was it was okay, but I was bummed because then I switched consoles and it was like after that point where GameStop offered the $10 trade-in. So I was like, well, I'm not going to buy the whole fucking thing all over again. And then I've just been playing on Xbox One and not going backwards. And so I don't think I'm going to get this one. I'm going to just keep playing Destiny multiplayer and go through that.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know how it is. I'm not like super excited about it, but
you're going to get it. You already pre-ordered it.
I already pre-ordered it. So, and then also Commander, the 2015 Commander precons are coming out.
Oh, yes.
And
check that out.
The Dual Deck Anthology is coming out.
Ooh, that has all the good shit.
The first
in it, right?
4.
Yeah.
The first 4 dual decks, which they're super expensive, I guess.
Yeah, so it'll come down, but still.
Yeah, well, the previous ones will come down.
I hate your magic talk.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
No, it's good. It's fine.
my wallet's going to be quite empty here.
Yeah.
Very soon, even emptier than it already is. So what's up with you, Souse?
So I have a couple things. I'm gonna let's see here. I'm gonna lead with my birthday present. My birthday's at the end of the month.
Indeed.
Yep.
And so to make Mr. Knife City very excited,
He's always
Whoa, why would I be excited?
going 6 to midnight.
my mom is buying me an Xbox One.
All right. Make your face!
Yeah.
Make your face right!
No, I gotta go.
No booster box. You got no Xbox One. Oh! I just bought a second booster box.
The levels in the audio just spiked to red.
Pegged it.
So I'll say that the first of all, my
I'm very happy.
my job pays pretty well, so I don't have to like ask for things usually. When like comes down to like birthdays for the past few years or whatever, it's been like I don't know what the fuck I need because like honestly I kind of will just buy it during the year whenever I need it, and I'm not living some rich lifestyle. Just like if I need to buy an Xbox One, well guess what, $400, okay, let's just do it, fuck it, whatever. Not saying I'm going into goddamn Legacy anytime soon, but I got my priorities. So the thing is, this is the main thing that put me over the edge. Forza Horizon 2. I mentioned it last podcast.
Yes.
And I played it for about 3 hours or something before that podcast. Come to realize that game was $50, right? That's what I paid. That's fine. $50 instead of $60. I was like, okay, cool. I was guessing because it was last gen console. It's not. It's because they nerfed the shit out of the game.
Really?
As in, they took out all of the features that were added to the last game. So they had Forza Horizon 1, which had whatever. Forza Horizon 2 for the Xbox 360 is Forza Horizon 1 in a new map. Forza Horizon 2 on the Xbox 360 is weather, like rain and all that shit like that, to like then it adds new like physics to the road and your tires and everything changes.
It's a little different.
It has much more destructible environments. You can drive through fences and all this shit and everything flies up. It has more music, I guess. Like, more music? Are you serious? Why the fuck would that be a big deal?
Can't put that on a...
There's a few more other things I can't remember, but either way, the game that I fall in love with this game, and they nerfed it for the previous gen console.
They just raped it.
Yeah, they raped mine. So I'm gonna go fucking trade that shit into GameStop, get my $15 or whatever bullshit they're gonna pay me. You know what I mean? But I once I found that out, I was like, all right. I texted my mom and I'm like, Mom, I know that I haven't told you what I wanted, and $400 is like out of a price range of a birthday present. I know that, so I'm like, but I'm just gonna tell you, Mom, what I want. I'm not saying that you're gonna pay $400 fucking dollars for my birthday present, but this is the only thing I can think of. Otherwise, just like socks and underwear, whatever the hell shit that
normal shit.
whatever normal shit that.
100 and get the fucking Connect sensor.
Nah, you know what? Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what she bought me. I don't know. But anyways, so I asked her, and she sent me back a message saying like I already got it. I'm like, motherfucker. She already had it planned. I was like, Jesus Christ.
That's so
So
funny.
that's the first thing. So I will be borrowing Call of Duty from you,
Of course.
sir, and I will be buying Forza Horizon for that. I'm gonna stick to Destiny though on it for a while because I need Raheem to catch up because Raheem plays with me. Raheem's my roommate. I'm not gonna diss him. I have not played that game except with him, and I've never played a minute without him. You gotta have
Dude, cut the umbilical cord. Come on.
I had a question though.
Baby's been good to me. Baby's been good.
After Forza just raped you, why would you give him another $50 to go to the next gen?
Yeah, I love Forza. I don't know what to tell you. I just love Forza.
Forza fan.
It is really fun. Even with this is still fun. But I was playing it for a while, and I noticed that there wasn't the rain coming in, which I saw on like the trailer, and I'm like, that's kind of weird. Maybe I was thinking that maybe it comes in as you progress, and then like there's an announcer that comes in, tells you like when you get like new wristbands, which will like level you up or however you want to say it. And I figured that later on, when you get higher level stuff, that weather and all this shit
more
come in.
difficult later on.
Yeah, for sure, all that kind of stuff.
Baby
And
into
absolutely not. It's never coming. So fuck them. But at the same time, you can have my money. So the second thing is. Crow heard this already, but that's okay. So I work with So and Crow.
Oh, no, this story
I know,
is
right?
horrible.
So I work with So and Crow. We do electrical together, right? We work for the San Diego Trolley Service. We are.
that's the job site. We only work for them.
Yeah, we don't work for them. We work for a subcontractor. And, anyways, I'm hanging out at the trolley. What we're gonna do is like get this trolley station that's existing, and build a temporary station adjacent to it, and then break down the old station down to like dirt, like just straight up level that shit, and then build a new fancier one in its place, and then we will open that one up and then demo the temporary station. So we'll move the people to the left for 2-3 months, whatever, and then build a new station, move people to the right. Anyways,
too many details.
Too many details, right? But for people out there that
you gotta lay the foundation.
Have a real fucking job.
You gotta
lay that wood,
motherfucker. It's a real motherfucking job, all right?
Yeah.
All right, people. So, anyways,
you're not just flipping light switches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Fuck residential. So, anyways, so we are. I'm standing there. We're talking over some stuff, over the plans, and my foreman was like, "Okay, dude, look." I'm like, "What?" I see this fucking lady. She's like 55, overweight, fat, something or other, disgusting.
Yeah.
And she's wearing like kind of dingy clothes, sweatpants. She's towing along this. It's kind of like one of those suitcases that you pull out the metal extension to drag behind you at the airport. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's not that. It's like some kind of like
a
carrier. It's not. I don't know how bad it is, but it's like a carrier. It has like a basket, instead of like a suitcase. So.
Where's the station, by the way? Is this downtown?
It's near the border. It's near the Mexico border.
Okay.
She's not Mexican, by the way, but she's just some shitty lady.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Some shitty lady.
So she proceeds to. I gotta back up again. I'm sorry, everyone.
Gotta lay it out.
She is like 10 feet from the tracks.
Yeah.
So she's waiting for the trolley. Probably 50 people standing around her, like normal 11 a.m. traffic, like busy, fill of fucking trolley traffic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She is on the concrete next to a bench. She's not in the dirt. She's like in the public. She's like standing next to everybody. She pulls down her sweatpants down to the fucking ground, down to her ankles, bends over like slightly, takes a gigantic shit all over the concrete, right? So everyone, not only do they see her pull down her pants with no underwear, just hanging out, old lady bush, takes a shit right there. Right? Everyone is either going, "Oh my god," or looking down at their cell phones, going like, "I'm not seeing this.
It's not happening.
No, I'm staying out of this one."
Rock's about to throw up over there. You see his face like, "Oh, I can't take it."
But takes a shit. She pulls her fucking sweatpants up, no wipe, right? And she stands there for like 20 seconds. Pulls down her pants to her ankles again. And this is the funny thing. This is the order of procedure. She pulls down her pants first, then reaches into her shitty little suitcase basket bag, pulls out like newspaper or some kind of like colored periodical something or other, and wipes her ass aggressively with this gigantic pile of paper, wipe it up and down her asshole. And then she throws that into like the shit can that's near, the trash can that's near her or whatever, and then pulls up her pants, grabs her bag, walks away.
Oh, didn't you say she stood there for like another 3 minutes? She didn't even leave right away.
She stood there for a little bit, but this is the thing. Okay, so that story is terrible, right? It's awful. I had to see it the whole time. It was terrible.
How do you look away from
I was going to say, how do you not watch that?
But you know what? You don't take pictures because you don't want to keep those memories. You want those memories to go away. No, I don't. You want to keep those. You want
No, like you said, somebody did.
No, nobody
God,
did. When she in the middle of it, when she pulled her pants up, we were like, I can't believe you didn't take pictures. And I'm like, I'm not taking fucking pictures of that.
And who thinks to like whip out their Well, I guess it's more.
It's like
accepted.
It's YouTube worthy.
Yeah.
Tosh.0
But still,
worthy.
like it's so shocking.
Find that
who has
shit.
like
You gotta find that shit.
6 seconds of ass
It
wiping
could be on
out
like
trolley
Live
stop.
Leak or something like one of those things.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
So funny.
He is not enjoying this story at all.
That's just nasty.
Easy.
That's just nasty.
anyways, yeah, that's.
But I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead. Shoot.
You need more details about this?
Did she crumple up the paper and whittle it down so the fibers are all soft?
You know what? I don't think the level of intelligence nor even the kindergarten education was there. You know what I mean?
Oh god.
They would have taught you to raise your hand to go to the bathroom.
At least
that hand was not raised.
Friends and over a dumbster, not in the middle of fucking public on a trolley. Stop
I didn't go in the dumpster. Actually, I went.
No, I know. I said over a dumpster.
Yeah. Side of the dumpster.
Man.
Either way, it was some shit to behold. You know what I mean? So, if you want to talk about my last week or two, that was
Probably the highlight.
I may have a child in this time, but when you have something like that happen to you, that's the only thing you remember. So,
Yeah.
anyways, I think that's a good summary of what the fuck we've been up to.
Where do we go from that?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I know, right?
Who's the following act on that one?
I was gonna throw in this story I had, but that one, it's hard to follow. It's hard. I got these kids behind the store. Some chick was blowing a dude. They were like 17, 18. I didn't actually come up on them like, "Hey, what are you doing?" But
You just stood in the corner, jacked up, and watched.
yeah. My managers were like, "Oh, they're suspicious in the back," And I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll walk by, see what's going on." So I walk by and I start walking back. So I actually see them, and there's this truck driving by too. So between me and the truck, I guess because I just saw the guy, and then I guess they're starting to get nervous. So all of a sudden you see the chick's head pop up, and they turn the car on and take off. So I was
it was in a car.
Yeah, it was in a car.
I didn't hear that part. I was gonna see. The thing is, I was gonna ask you. I'm like, was it classy or not? As in, did the guy just zip down and just pull it out, or did he drop fucking trowel? Because if I use dropping trow, that means he's shit faced and is just I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
But if he's trying to be private, that's just whip it out, no big deal, hands up around your ass. Maybe no one's gonna notice. Maybe she's hidden.
I feel bad. I was poor kids. They're probably just trying to.
Got blue balls.
Yeah,
you can ruined it.
Yeah, you know what though? They should have gone to Swallow. They should have gone to Swallow. Swallow is a street in San Diego that is notorious for blowjobs.
Why?
I don't know.
There's a nice view, that's.
Hey, baby, it's so romantic. Whop.
What if she spits? No, bitch, it says swallow. The directions are right there.
There's a slight indication.
Our apologies to the female listeners out there.
Yeah. I respect women. I
promise.
It's
when you're hey, do you want to go to Swallow? It's either a yes or no question.
It's
hey, dude, hey, bro, I've said that to someone, and then guess what didn't happen? Maybe some dry makeout nonsense. Otherwise, yeah, we were fine.
I'm good at this now.
I know, jeez. I used to just smoke weed up there. I don't know about it.
Yeah, but you put that whole blunt down your mouth. Practice time.
Dude, it's all wet. It's following directions.
Is this whole podcast
burns slower?
I love this.
This is good.
Fuck magic.
Yeah.
No, don't fuck magic. Don't. No,
So
Magic's good. Magic's good.
So I guess there was a, kind of some big happenings in the Magic world.
Yeah.
First of all, we had cons come out, which we went over a little bit last podcast. And we also had the Cons of Tarkir Pro Tour in Hawaii.
Beautiful Hawaii.
I actually didn't get to watch very much of the coverage at all. I watched a game here or there. But I went back and watched a couple games on... nice. I watched a couple games on YouTube. So, I mostly like to watch the drafting, though. Them actually draft the cards.
Gotcha. See what the pros choose.
Just to see what their lines of...
You want to see, Charging Badger, really?
Yeah.
Crack one, pick one?
Exactly. So I really find that interesting to see, what they pass and what they keep and how they prioritize, the mana fixing and all that.
You see Reed Duke pull on Soren, pack one, pick one?
Oh, yeah.
First draft.
That's you can't... That's hard to pass up.
Yeah,
Pack one, pick one. You have to you have to go Soren. So, anyways, and then I watched a little bit. I mostly looked at the text lists
the
for
summaries.
The top 8.
Yeah.
And I was listening to a new podcast called Constructed Resources. So it's Marshall Sutcliffe from Limited Resources with one of his old co-hosts. Whose name escapes me. John Laux. Anyways, they're doing a podcast, Constructed Resources. So I heard them talk about on there that the constructed decks in the top 8 aren't necessarily an excellent indicator of what the top constructed decks are, because the record is drafting and then constructed decks. So you could go 6-0 in drafting and then go 3-3 in constructed and still make it to the top 8 or whatever, numbers make sense.
Yeah.
So you could not do so well in constructed and just kill it in drafting. So your mediocre constructed deck is now in the top 8 deck list. And so, all the decks seem pretty good in the top 8.
It's hard to imagine that situation happening too much, though.
Well, no, but I hear
what you're saying, though.
It's like, take it with a grain of salt. Mm-hmm. The top 8 deck list.
It's not the end-all, be-all of this meta right now.
Yeah, people are still fleshing out the meta.
Yeah, it's still not figured out yet. But it will be soon.
But I'm saying this mostly because fuck Abzan. That's mostly.
No, it's not fuck Abzan. It's fuck Siege Rhino. Because without Siege Rhino,
I'm okay with saying fuck Abzan too.
Yeah, Abzan Charm.
Charm is nice too.
Just in the general package, fuck that deck.
It does play the 3 strongest colors, I feel, in our meta. That's what I say. Opinion up in the air. I just feel like those are strange.
Do you have the deck list?
Which one?
The top 8 deck list?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why don't you go ahead and bring him up?
Yeah, I didn't like Arilax when he had his interview. Actually, I got to see him. He seemed like kind of an arrogant guy, but
what's what happens?
He fucking had back the skills up.
I do not like arrogance, though. I honestly, Magic is a game that does have a little bit of luck in it. It's like you can have the best deck ever, but fucking I don't have enough lands. I don't have my color. It just comes down to it sometimes.
The flood is real sometimes.
Yeah, the flood is real.
Nobody
likes the flood. Have you played fucking Halo? The flood is the worst part.
Those little running tumors.
Oh my god! I know.
Halo OG, the flood.
Yeah.
20 rooms of flood.
So I didn't actually get to see how he acted, but I guess it was a big hoopla about it. Was he pretty arrogant, or was he just excited?
He's probably a little both. I'm sure if I was in that position, I'd be pretty excited too.
You don't even know what you'd say, honestly.
Throwing down cards on the table too.
You just drop your sweatpants and shit right there.
Yeah. You know what? Don't even wipe. Just take my opponent's wipe with my opponent's cards.
Yeah. I deserve this. I won.
Yeah.
Here, give me your toupee.
But I don't know. I'd have to see it for myself. But I think
But he played a good game. He played a very good game.
I had to watch 20 hours of the tournament.
20 hours.
I watched a lot of it.
Because he watches it at work too.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't working on Friday and Saturday.
I don't care.
But Sunday, I missed the whole freaking Final 8. I was like, that. I didn't have a chance to watch it yet.
Did you see? You didn't see the Saturday kind of end where it was God? What was the guy that was playing the? He's like an Asian guy that plays the combo, the Jeskai combo.
Mm-hmm.
His deck.
Oh, that ugly motherfucker.
Yeah, he's not the best looking guy. But
whatever his name is.
Yeah, no. There's another guy.
Li Shitan?
Li Shitan, yeah. Li Shitan, his fucking deck, he came down to one card. He needed to get a Jeskai Ascendancy to go off with his combo and actually win. And he's just the most animated dude I've ever seen play Magic. He's in his chair, just doing all this thing, tapping on his deck, give him the little genie rub on his deck. Nice. And he pulls the fucking Ascendancy off the top and is able to combo off and win. But I mean, just the deck alone is just. I love seeing the combo deck in Standard. Just even though it's
Isn't that crazy? Really, to make a top 8 with a combo deck, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, his was. I don't know what he placed at the end. I think he probably lost in the quarterfinals.
He placed 8. That's all I know.
Okay, but anyways, just that guy. I just like watching that guy just fucking play. Even it's such an opponent because his opponent can't do anything because once he starts going off, it's just it's game. But that was fucking amazing. Some amazing magic.
So are we? Knife, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at the top 8. It's not showing.
I got top 8 pulled up right here, so
it's not showing Ari Lax's deck list.
All right, so let me just go. I'll run through real quick the top 8 just for funsies, and then we can talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. So Abzan mid-range with Ari Lax took first, of course. Jeskai Tempo took second. Abzan mid-range took third. Abzan aggro took fourth. There was 2 Jeskai Tempos for 5th and 6th. Blue-black control, which Ian Flock, I guess. I don't know who that is.
That's the guy who won the last Pro Tour.
Is that who it is?
With the shitty fucking
so good,
control.
Though. I still loved it, though, for some reason. I hate control, but for some reason it was good.
I just hate that particular control.
Yeah, so he played control.
This control sucks.
And this control is awful.
8th place was the Jeskai Ascendancy combo deck. So, yeah, that's a pretty... It really does show what's strong right now. I know there's some cards to be find their friends, you know what I mean, see what's going on, but otherwise, I mean, I feel like that's what I see is strong, is Jeskai and Abzan.
Yeah, I found this top 8 utterly appalling, because there was no teamer. That's just a travesty.
You know, I have some more lists past this into like the 17th through 32nd place. Yeah, no teamer.
Is there any mono green?
They're just waiting in the wing. They're just letting the pros have their day in the sun.
There isn't mono green, but when we go, so if I want to also touch on this, I mentioned TCG Player has the standard deck database that has metagame decks based on top 8 frequency.
I want to know if
kicked out all
that's
the old
from
shit. They already kicked out all the old shit.
Or paper, or both, or what?
It's both.
So Moto and paper?
Yeah, it's both. So, Mono Green Devotion has 18, but... Okay, so there's actually 3 lists.
There's 18 what?
There's green, red, green, black, and mono green, and that takes, if you want to say as a list, there's 5th, 6th, and 8th place. And so overall, there are, let's see here, there's over 70. There's 70
appearances.
70 appearances in the top 8, where Abzan mid-range has 100, Jeskai Tempo has 81, Mardu mid-range has 38, Teamer has 26. So the thing is, they split it up between like all the different devotion decks, but I kind of want to consider them the same because people playing that are just considering what they want to play and what's best for them. But really, you're playing mono green rampy devotion. That's the whole thing for all those decks. So yeah, it's separated into 23, 22, 18 top 8 frequencies, but overall let's just say 70
mono
top 8 frequencies. Anywhere. But the thing is, I feel like that's a deck that we have to wait and see what comes out in the next set to shift up the metagame. Like, I feel like that, Abzan and Jeskai, like, they're strong now, but I feel like when things start getting discovered, that I feel like mono green is going to take the first back seat. That's my opinion about it.
I don't know. I think they have a lot of, like, they took everything that they had before with the whole ramp and everything, and I feel like they're well positioned, but right now everyone's just on the Abzan Jeskai train. But so I don't know.
There's a lot of new stuff in the Abzan. There's like 90%. It's like new cards, except for like the Thought Seizes and all like the staples. Like,
right.
What's the Doomblade or the Hero's Downfall and the kind of removal package?
Well, I think Mantis Rider and Siege Rhino are just a pain in the ass.
Yeah, Mantis Rider is an all-star in Jeskai Tempo. Like, I like how Jeskai Tempo, like, Mono Red turned into Jeskai Tempo pretty much, like, for the playstyle.
And it's like got some burn in there too.
Yeah, it's got definitely.
We got some Stoke the Flames, and then also I don't know if anyone plays it, but fucking Deflecting Palm, please, somebody. Like, is that not good for somebody to tack in with their mono green ramped Genesis Hydra for 11 and just be like, okay, game. I have 2 mana open, game.
Yeah.
Why not? Or their Arbor Colossus for 6, or Monstrosity for 9, or whatever, the Pelucranos Monstrosity. Like, people, I think that a lot of those bigger decks be like, man, I just Monstrosity. Like, we have a huge board presence. Like, I'm coming in for game, and then all of a sudden, Deflecting Palm. I don't know if it's happening yet, but I just feel like that can be a big old swing.
Well, there's a burn deck online in the tournament practice rooms I've been running into, and I've seen Deflecting Palm in that deck
showing up on that. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a lot of diverse. I like this meta right now because there's so many different diverse decks out there. Like, there's not just one clear mono black winner.
Right.
Fucking mono black. Pack rat, fuck you. But no, seriously, like the only deck that I saw in the top 8 that I just couldn't stand to watch in this Pro Tour was the blue-black control, just because it's so drawn out. I mean, it's a good deck, but it just takes so long to finish a game. Especially I'm watching like mirror matches like online where people are playing blue-black control versus blue-black control, and everyone's just like they're down to like 10 cards left in their library, and they're looking for their fucking their finisher, which they only have like 1 or 2 of.
Yeah.
Turn 40 in.
So
Yeah.
the blue-black control that was in the top 8 of the Pro Tour ran 4 Prognostic Sphinxes, which was nice to see somebody running them.
Yeah, that's like one of their finishers now. It's hard to get rid of. I mean, I like the Pearl Lake Ancient that I think I don't know if Flock was running or it was another.
He has one in the sideboard, but I've seen lists online that just run Pearl Lake Ancients and don't have Prognostic Sphinxes. And Pearl Lake Ancient, that's a fucking card. That is a real, like, formidable card that you have to deal with.
Well, blue, the control needs the finisher, and they don't have Aetherling anymore. They don't have, like, Sphinx's Revelation to gain all that life. They need something that actually impacts the board and they can get damage through. on a stale board. And like, fucking, if you're playing blue, black, white, you have access to Elspeth as a finisher. But if you're just doing blue, black, there's not that many good top end finishing cards.
Are they playing Ashiok?
No,
not enough creatures to make.
They
Ashiok
do
work.
a lot of So for board wipes, they have
Perilous Vault is the all-star board wipe right now.
What is that one?
It's the enchantment or the
It's an
artifact,
artifact.
where it's like I think it's 4 mana to cast.
Oh, the mythic rare one.
Yeah.
And you tap and exile the
All permanents. No,
I think it's
no,
5
no.
untapped.
it's 5 to
5 and
untap.
5.
it's all non-land permanents.
All non-land permanents.
Yeah,
yes.
Perilous Vault get rid of all non-land permanents, which is like it's awesome because as soon as someone plays it, you don't want to play your hand into it because they're just going to keep it on the board until it's
Yeah.
good for them to wipe the board.
And the thing is also, the blue-black is just one for wanting you the whole fucking time. Mm-hmm. So it's like, Drown in Sorrow can wipe the board, Thoughtseize and Despise can disrupt your hand, Dissolve, Disdainful Stroke can
Disdainful
fucking-
Stroke's a nice card.
Oh
like
my
that.
god, dude.
2
that
mana
is-
for a counter of 4.
That
or
is a
CMC or
No,
greater.
for sure. I mean, simple as that. I think it's like a good 2 or 3 of in a sideboard. Simple as that.
For the control
Maybe-
deck, it is a 4 of for sure.
In the main deck?
Yeah,
Okay,
main deck.
fair enough. Hey, you know what? This is how I see it. I don't know what I'm going to do with my Jeskai. I'm probably not going to do that. I'll say that.
Oh, no,
But either
no.
way.
It's
Yeah,
just
it's definitely a
for
different
control.
package for control. Their controls are looking for all the hand disruption, all the creature killers, all the counter spells, and then they just wait until they can play all their mana and get out a couple Prognostic Sphinxes or a Prolic Ancients and finish you off that way.
Because, like, in the beginning of the game, they can 1-for-1 you or just wipe the board with the small guys. And then by the time you're ready to drop, like, shit that matters, they're just going to Disdainful Stroke you for 2. Or even if they have the mana up, they can dissolve you for 3. And it's for my deck I built, I have no way to beat that deck. For my Mardu deck, which I'll talk about later, I cannot beat that deck at all.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think you guys, I was streaming it, and I was talking about how I can't beat it. I was like looking through the Gatherer and shit for stuff to beat it.
No, but it's definitely that control is definitely a thing now. I don't see it progressing too much. It's not going to be as like oppressive as fucking the Sphinx's Revelation control decks, but I mean it's definitely up there.
It's definitely a deck, but yeah, like you said, I don't see it taking the Sphinx deck's place because, dude, that deck was ridiculous.
But Abzan everywhere. You're gonna all your Friday Night Magics you're gonna go to. If you're gonna play Standard Construct, you're gonna be just prepared to see Siege Rhinos everywhere.
And there's a couple different builds. Like there's a whip build where they just keep whipping back rhinos or fucking whatever, and that deck is a pain in the ass. Just because, like, you're trying to beat them before they gain all
That's the
that
thing
life.
is, it's slower, but if it does go long game, guess what? There ain't no fucking way you're winning.
Dude, they win that race fucking every time. Like, I think I put in my sideboard just for that deck, Erebos. It's my only solution is, like, just stop gaining life.
Yeah, stop them from gaining life.
Please, goddamn it,
That's
please
what
stop.
Erebos does.
But yeah, well, that's the reason I'm putting it in there, but Erebos is, opponents can't gain life. Players can't gain life? Or opponents?
Players.
Okay, so you
can't gain life.
So that's why you don't play in a deck like that.
Right. So, you can't gain
Well,
life,
I wanna
and you can pay
Double
life.
check that just in case, though.
I'm pretty sure it's players.
I'm pretty sure too, but I want to double check. He's got it right here.
Yeah, I got one
He's got his card right
He's
here.
got it right in his D.
right.
Opponents.
Opponents.
Opponents?
So that's the thing.
Your opponents can't gain life.
Opponents can't gain life. 1 in a black. Pay 2 life. Draw a card.
Draw a card is, like card draw has gone down a lot. I know it'll come up a lot when the next 2 expansions. They're going to obviously introduce a lot more. But the Ravnica going out, there is a lot less card draw.
Well, I see people.
It's expected, but still.
I see people playing Jace's Ingenuity. It's the fucking 4 mana costing instant where you draw 2 cards. I
5.
did not. 5?
Oh, wait, yeah, that one. Yeah, you're right.
Jason's Ingenuity.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, it's,
Is it 2?
It's 4
It's
4
2
mana,
mana.
Yeah, you
for an
draw
instant to
two.
draw
But
2
an
cards.
instant, so like in-step, draw cards.
Yeah.
I did not think that was going to be playable, but like you said, a lot of good card draw rotated out.
Well, they have the 5 mana one that draws 3 cards.
Is the instant?
I thought so. Isn't that a
I
card?
think it's sorcery though. It's a Jace one.
I don't
too.
know. Isn't there something like that draws 3
pretty
cards
sure.
or 5?
Man, we should not be on a podcast.
You know what I mean?
I'm on the same track as you.
Maybe I'm thinking about like Jace versus Veraska or something like that. But I thought there was a 5 mana that draws 3 cards.
But Dig Through Time.
Dig Through Time.
Everybody's on that fucking nut right there.
Well, it is their best card. To
I will. Okay, Dig Through Time. The only thing I see, first of all,
Treasure Cruise.
Yeah, right. So first of all, I see like the same thing. It's because with Delve. So you want to play fetch lands, and you might want to play like some burn spells to get shit out of your hand early.
Yeah, or just like the control deck.
Counters.
Or core control deck.
Counters,
you want to get
kill
shit.
spells.
Exactly.
Fill up the
you
yard.
want to fill your hand with instants and sorceries to get shit in your graveyard, and then you delve into that to draw more instants and sorceries.
And that being your only Del spell doesn't destroy it for your second Dig Through.
Right. That's the thing. But otherwise, I don't see. If you're playing Abzan and Delve, like, why?
No.
You want your Siege Rhino to stay on the board. Like, what the fuck is the point of playing something when you have 3 cards in the graveyard after 5 turns, 6 turns?
It definitely doesn't go in that deck. It goes in
no, I mean,
decks that want to go.
Abzan. I'm just saying it's an example of what kind of strategies you don't play.
Right. It's definitely a, I wouldn't even say mid-range. It's more of a very control-heavy deck wants to play that card. Decks that want to see the long game that can get there.
Yeah, I've seen games with a blue-black control go like 20 turns before any action even happens.
Dude, I gotta say my deck's more like an aggro deck because I can't go long. As simple as that. People want to go, if the girl wants to go a real long time, guess what? Baby, I'm playing aggro. I don't tell you.
You can go ahead and get on top if you want to.
Turn 4 or 5, that's it.
I'll stay half mast at best.
I hope you like 2-1s. That's all I got.
We're playing Legacy right now, okay? I'm going off on turn 2 or 1, depending on how much foreplay there was.
Oh my god, she just played Eidolon of the fucking Great Revel. My shit is done for. It's all done. All my little drops, which is all I got. It's all done. I got burned out. She just stopped me, dude. She just stopped me.
Yeah, this Pro Tour was actually awesome. So congrats to Arilax for taking the Pro Tour, getting his name. I think this is his first win.
This is his first Pro Tour
I think
win.
he's been on top 8 a few times, but I think this is his actually first win in the Pro Tour, so that's pretty cool. So Abzan mid-range taking it away. It's going to be a thing. Prepare for your Friday Night Magics to be flooded with Siege Rhinos.
No, it's true though. You actually have to actually have like half your like before sideboard would be a lot against control. It'd be like mono black and control. The only 2 things you really need a sideboard for.
Yeah.
Now it's like sideboard for Abzan, sideboard for what else? Like Rabble Red a little bit. 3 or 4 cards for Rabble Red.
So you need like a sweeper for the low butt cards.
Just Drown in Sorrow.
So Drown in Sorrow,
Anger
or
the Gods.
Anger the Gods.
That's it, because you're going to play one of those 2 colors, I bet.
And you know what? I put 2 erases because I'm not going to lose to a fucking combo deck. So it's just a 1 mana instant exile target
enchantment.
Yeah. I put 2 of those in there. But yeah, it's hard. That's what I'm having most difficulty with is figuring out what the fuck to put in the sideboard just because the meta is kind of all over the fucking place right now. Like, obviously there's these top decks, but there's just so much people are trying and so much to, like, you don't know what direction you're going to be attacked from, what axes.
Before I go to a Friday Night Magic, I'm going to be doing that soon. I need your guys' help on building a sideboard. I'm not advanced enough to figure out a strategy. I have 0 sideboard right now because I just don't know how to build it.
It might be like a noob's knowledge in the future because honestly, sideboard is important. That whatever you build in your main deck is just going to be like, this is strong, this is powerful, I'm going to beat some face. And then you face, like what Knife said, you face a control deck, Jeskai Control or something like that, and you just go, God damn it, I don't, maybe you don't even have enough cards to side out. Maybe like Knife had a problem with his last streaming where he had Despises in his deck that he didn't know what to side out for them. But the problem is that Despise does not hit control decks.
Right.
So he kept him in his main deck for game 2, and it's a dead card.
Yeah, and I had nothing better to bring in.
Right.
I would just bring in more stuff that's
You're
useless.
hoping to hit Planeswalkers, but really it's hard. It's hard to sideboarding is tough. Our noob knowledge today is something different, but that is something we need to touch on. You know what I mean?
Well, one thing I'll say about it is that a lot of newer people, or even us or whoever, think that, I want to put this card in my deck, but I already have 60 cards, so I'm just going to put it in my sideboard. Sideboard is not meant for cards that you wish you had room for. Sideboard is room for answers to your weaknesses.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
But
we'll touch on that later.
Yeah.
But again, like to
There's a lot
get
to talk
good,
about, so.
effective sideboard, you have to be in tune with the meta that you're playing at. Because if you go to like a Friday Night Magic and everyone plays aggro, and you're already sideboarding, you're bringing in you prep your sideboard cards for like control decks, then you're just gonna get it blown out.
that was like on Moto there for like a little while. I just changed my entire sideboard for fucking Burn and Rabble Red because that's what everybody was fucking.
Yeah,
playing.
I know for sure. For
So
that
I
3
just-
months, you're like, fuck it.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
I just had to change it up just for those 3 months because that's what the meta was at that time.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed this Pro Tour. Actually, watching this, it was very entertaining.
Jace's Ingenuity is 3 blue, by the way. Instant draw 3 cards.
So that's what I was talking
We
about.
See, I thought I was
we
3.
were
That's a
way
draw,
up.
draw,
No, no, that's what I said. A 5-mana instant that draws 3 cards, and the other one is that's an uncommon. The other one is a common that is 4 mana, draws 2 cards. So it's divination +1, but instant speed.
Right.
They have that. I think it's M15. Pretty sure. So it's a good draft card, but otherwise, I don't see anyone playing 4 mana instant speed for 2 cards.
Nah.
I mean, no one's playing divination anymore, even though it's relevant. I mean, even though it's in our meta,
I've seen it in the control decks, but
I've literally never. I have not seen it. Not in one.
There's
list
better
I've
cards
seen.
than divination now.
Which divination was played in last meta, but I have literally not seen one divination in any of this meta. So, yeah.
Here we have some new decks to talk about. You guys have been working on.
You know what? Actually, I want to hear about Crow's deck. I mean, we already talked about it last time.
No,
but...
no, we're not going to hear about Crow's deck because we're going to shit on you.
Oh, shit on me. On my chest.
Because
What's up?
Mr.
Dick
Knife
move,
came
bro.
up with this new fucking deck that is, goddamn it, 75% of the same cards that Crow came up with. Me and Crow
My
sit
new
down.
deck, I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
this
Crow's
is
brand
what I'm
new.
thinking.
We sit down, me and Crow sit down, and we fucking talk about this new deck, and we're brewing, and we're talking about this. Oh, no, we should have 4 of those. Okay, no, this other card sounds better. Okay, let's get 2 of this and 2 of that. All right.
Even I threw my 2
we're
cents
all
into
excited. You
it.
did 2 cents too. We're all excited, and all this shit. And then, so we're playing, I have an Abzan deck, and he has his Mardu, kind of like a
Feed the
goblin
Butcher.
mid-range, deck, basically. And we're playing, and we're having a good time with it. And then, Stupid Knife, on our group text, we have a group text that we go off on every fucking day with about Magic. He sends in, oh, check out my new deck. I'm so excited. Everyone,
The deck builder link.
yeah,
the
and tapped out.
Tapped out.
Yeah, ears perked. Come on, guys, give me some feedback.
Look, I'm
And,
like, this
yeah.
cocksucker. Like, let me have my little bit of glory from my thought
No,
process
straight up.
here. Like, this is what I want to do.
Straight up, this guy is a new
Son of a
guy.
bitch.
And for some reason,
Shitting all over my...
one of our cast members has the audacity to go ahead and go, well, you know what, fuck it, I don't care about his new deck. I'm going to take what he has, and I'm going to go ahead and throw in my more expensive cards, basically. Oh, I have these cards and he doesn't? That's cool, I'm going to build what he has for more expensive. And just
Teach him a
fucking
lesson
shit all
how to
over him.
shit on him, yeah.
How you like that? Does it feel good?
I like it.
All right. So anyways, we can go on to Crow's deck, though, because we talked about it last time. We gave you the deck list, but we have some additions to make it a little bit sweeter.
Yeah, let them know what's working out, what's not working out. What do you like? What you don't like?
Managed to come over and play against Hot Sauce's frickin' Abzan Best of deck, and went and lost 12 hands in a row. It was rough.
Okay,
And-
he won 1 out of 12. 11 to 1.
I did win, whatever. Didn't really matter. It wasn't working out. I didn't have enough removal. So now I have changed that up to add a lot more removal, trying to figure out some things. I don't currently want to... I've already spent a lot of money on the deck, so I don't really want to spend another $80 to get 4 Thoughtseize. So I'm got the Spies in there and using Stoke the Flames with all my hopeful Goblin tokens to, convoke that bitch. And I'm going to try out Twin Flame. A couple things. I'm still tweaking it. I'm using Harness of the Force, trying that way I can take over his best creature. And instead of attacking back into it, hopefully I'll have Butcher on the field and just sack him into Butcher. Then he loses his guy.
No one plays it, but I really feel...
What card?
Twin Flame, right?
Harness by Force.
But either way, all those things.
Could
Twin
be a
Flame
blowout.
and all that shit.
Because it
I
gives
just
me
feel
that-
like it's good.
Longer game, better chance rather than an Act of Treason.
Yeah,
Or that
right.
later
Yeah,
on
no, the thing
chance
is,
of
you have
taking
Active Treason
2.
in your list, because
Right.
that's wrong, because Harness by Force is the same price, but does more.
This is true, but I have so many fucking... My mana base is horrible. Or just the cost of all my cards. I was thinking about this, but I was like, you know what? Just
You can't pay double red, is what you're telling
having
me?
that non-double red.
I thought you had all the monies and you can buy all the mana
I don't
fixing.
have all the monies,
Where's Mana Confluence? Come on,
dude.
man.
I have 2 in paper. I have none on Moto. And that's where I built the deck. Anyways, go on before I talk about mine.
And so far, I'm just not liking Bloodsoaked Champion. He's just not doing what I want him to do for me. You know,
How's the enchant Erebos's whatever?
No, Dictated Erebos.
Dictated Erebos.
That is absolutely the win condition. I mean,
love
like,
it.
the thing is, here's the problem. So it's double black and 3 colorless. Nobody plays it. I forget that he has 5 mana open. I'm thinking Downfall. I forget that thing has flash. I forget all about it. So I attack in with fucking Wingmate Rock and Courser Crewfix or whatever in my Abzan deck.
I've got all my tokens on the board from Hordeling out.
He
You just
blocks
chump.
my
Okay,
shit
go for it.
Chumps
and
it.
fucks my world up. I mean,
clear
absolutely.
your
No,
fucking
seriously.
board. Yeah,
it's
awesome.
5 mana for. Not only does it take out 2 of my creatures right on the spot. I got to silence that. two creatures right on the spot every time, and then it just stays on the board because guess what? In this meta, nobody plays Destroy Enchantment.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't worry about it.
We played it up till M15, and guess what? Everybody just fucking said, I guess this is not a big important thing. Even though in M15 we got Destroy All Enchantments for 2 mana and instant speed. 1 green, 1 colorless. The most powerful card that ever should be produced for enchantments. And everyone's like, win, nobody cares. But god damn it, nobody cares anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
I did think that since you are a little bit more token heavy than I am, I thought Dictate would do really well. So
I'm loving it.
I'm glad to hear.
On top of that, it's not in the deck yet.
It's his most powerful card. I
Yeah.
mean, really, for some reason, he Butcher the Horde, all this shit is really powerful, right? But there's one thing doesn't go down to Downfall, Hero's Downfall, and that's the enchantment.
Yeah.
And so, no matter what he plays, if I don't have Trample, guess what? I have to fucking sack something to attack. It's
nice.
really shitty.
I just bought another booster box of cons today. 4th pack in, drew myself a Sarkin.
Yeah.
That's going in the deck.
Yeah, and so Crow was actually opening up packs while we were podcasting.
Yeah.
So you didn't hear it because we were kind of giving nods to each other while showing cards. But honestly, he just opened up, got 39 packs, or 36 packs.
Nice.
Yeah, just like that.
Right on.
More stuff to add in here. So there's a lot more tweaking to do, but I'm kind of building right now to play against the Abzan mid-range fucking asshole deck.
Yeah, that's the downfall about like just really us playing against each other, not going to Friday Night Magic because we just play against our own meta, you know. So it's
we
like
go.
The good thing is
personal
though
meta.
he's
We're
actually
pretty
built
diverse.
the top deck overall
Right.
over here, and so it's like okay, well I can fight against that and figure out how to beat that. And then hopefully from there I can have a good showing against other decks because that's pretty fucking tough to beat.
well, that's going to be a large percentage of the meta, at least for right now.
Yeah, until someone breaks it.
So I've added a lot more removal in here.
Somebody's got to break it eventually,
Right.
and that's going to be Teamer with I don't have a deck right now before you get in yours, but I'm looking to make a Teamer deck, of course. But I'm really kind of leaning towards a red-green, almost like a Kibler-esque from like 2 seasons ago or last season, where you had the Dragon Maw, was it the Hellkite, and it's just more of an aggro. Get guys with haste on the ground, and then the Storm Breath to fly over you, kind of aggro. But I still don't have all the cards I need. I want to see if I can work in Sagu Mauler for the hexproof top end, and then get. I really want to play the Reveler. What the heck's his name? It's a 3 mana, 3/3 that has the tribute. So either it's the Fanatic of Xenagos. That's what it is. It's a 3/3 for 3. But it has the tribute, which is the downside of it, so it allows your player to actually kind of decide whether you want to give it haste and +1/+1 for the turn, or just let it, be a 3/3 with trample. And then I want to get some more freaking Nickelback Savage Blades in there for turn 4 drops. So you can play with
Polluted
haste.
Delta!
Nice. He's opening up money.
Yeah, that's nice.
I think that's my
A Sarkin and a
third
Polluted
or
Delta,
fourth-
that's awesome.
Yeah, Sarkin, I think I've gotten like 3 or 4. Am I blanking on fetch lands so far?
Yeah,
this
fetch lands
box.
he's blowing up the fetch lands over there. But yeah, I'm really kind of I'm on the wall as to what I'm going to play, but I know I have a good idea of where my deck wants to go for red green, and then probably splash blue for some fun stuff. But what kind of deck you got there over there, Knife?
Well, actually, I was going to ask Hot Sauce, did you just take, like, the shell of Abzan?
What are foothills?
Okay, the thing is, this is the shitty part. And I don't even want to, like, talk about it because no one's going to believe me. But god damn it, I built my Abzan deck before this fucking all these lists came out.
I can vouch for that. I can vouch for that.
Thank you. Because I built this deck before all the tournaments and shit.
Stuff, yeah.
And so, well, goddamn, it's the same list as the tournaments. And so, as an example, I played Wingmate, or I had Wingmate Rock before I realized it was going to be even good. I just played, so I have one of those. Yeah, that's good. So, and then, I played, of course, Courser and Sylvan Caryatid and Siege Rhino, and I have Pelucranos, and then I have, I have the Fleecemane Lion, and then I Abzan Charm, Hero's Downfall, Utter End, Mardu Charm, all the standard shit, and then I already owned all the other lands that I needed to. Like, I already have, Mana Confluence and all the Pain lands, Scry lands, all that shit. I already had everything because I love playing white and green.
Right,
so I basically had everything. And then I had some spares from pulling on some packs. So anyways, I already had this deck built. Besides the cards that were actually I couldn't pay for yet because the set wasn't out yet, it was already a done deal. Abzan was a thing that I chose in the pre-release, all this shit.
Showed a lot of interest in it.
And as simple as that is because, first of all, the colors I like. Second of all, I already had the cards. And then sure as shit, I all of a sudden have a damn near tier 1 deck, even though I'm not supposed to because I'm not that good. But that's what I built off the top. I just built, that's what I was planning on building. And these motherfuckers go first place, win thousands of dollars, and get to fly all over the goddamn place. And I get to sit here and play Crow.
Look at my ugly mug.
Motherfucker, dude. So I'm excited that I actually I had the cards that went up in value. That's fun. But it's also not a big deal because I'm not going to sell the cards that went up in value. Siege Rhino I had off of some drafting right off the bat. And I had Pelucranos, and I had Sylvan Caryatid and Courser and all this stuff that was already in the $5 to $10 range, and now everything's like $12 and $15. And
hey, at least you don't have to spend all that money now.
No, I don't spend. Yeah, I literally spent like $30 to build my deck because I already had everything. But it is one of those things where I just feel a little bit, like something got taken away. Like I got
the wind's out of your sails.
Yeah, dude, someone screwed me a little bit because
Jace's ingenuity was just not as good as they thought it was.
I have a top tier deck that I built that I didn't build.
Yeah, I mean, what is like slightly different?
Well, I like Fleecemane Lion a lot because the 2-drop spot is Sylvan Caryatid, which is great. But if you don't pull it, well, hopefully I have a Fleecemane. I just go, and then I have to go a different strategy. I got to go aggro. I gotta go right up in their fucking butt. I gotta go right up. I have actually, to back up, I have Soldier of the Pantheon. I have 4 of that.
Which is not seeing enough play.
Which is not seeing any play.
No.
Protection from Multicolored means that it actually has never left the board. Like, straight up, no one's gonna Hero's Downfall because they're not gonna waste the mana. And other than that, I mean, nobody is going to do shit to fucking...
I use it to block your damn Fleecemane Lions nonstop.
That's it. That's the only thing.
If you play it against Abzan, it's pretty fucking good because it's just an eternal blocker.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. So nobody's going to kill it because no one's going to waste a downfall, and otherwise you can't charm it. You know what I mean? You can't. There's just so many things you can't do to it. So I don't see why a 1-mana spot can be better. I know that Bloodsoaked Champion's getting a lot of love.
I'm not liking
it. But I feel like that this card is better. That's my opinion, and fucking A, I'm sticking to it. So that's going in there in Fleecemane 2, which they do not play either of those in a lot of decks.
Really?
Some of the mid-range decks do play, or more the aggressive style, but they do play 4 of the Fleecemane, but nobody plays Soldier. And maybe they play tested more than I did, fine, but I feel that Soldier's gaining me... I have 2 Soldiers on the board, I gain 2 life. You can't kill it. I can attack in pretty much freely to, they have multicolored creatures on the board. Well, I get to attack him for 2. Why the hell not?
Right.
It's a lot there for 1 mana. Other than that, though, no, I'm not playing anything different. I mean, I play Elspeth. I play Sorin. I play a Johnny Mentor of Heroes, which not a lot of decks are playing that, but I have seen top 8 that does play Mentor of Heroes.
Right.
I play Utter End, Hero's Downfall, Abzan Charm. Okay, and then the last card I play a 1 of, which I will say right now to all they're out there listening to some Abzan shit, wanted to build some Abzan. I have one of Hunter's Prowess. And honest to God, I've played, say 20 games of this, 20 matches with this card. Whenever it comes out, it works. It's a sorcery for 5. It's green, 3 colorless. Target creature gets +3/+3 in trample for every point of damage done to the player. Draw that many cards. So whenever my opponent with their Mardu and all this other shit attacks in, I'm able to attack in the next turn, or attack into their
1/1s or 2/1s.
Their 1/1s or 2/1s, or even their the Jeskai Flyer, that 3/3 flyer. What's that called?
Mantis Rider.
Mantis Rider. You can attack into that. Get in.
Jeskai?
Jeskai colors, yes. But Mantis Rider. You can attack into all these top cards, get them for combat damage, and draw that many cards. So green, white, and black doesn't have much card draw without huge disadvantages. This one just allows me to hit the player for fun. Give something that doesn't have trample. Now it has trample. Even like I gave it to damn Corsair Crewfix. Why not? Hit for 5. Maybe they blocked with a 1/1 or whatever, the little goblin. I get in for 4, draw 4 cards, do 4 damage, move on. Like, it was a huge thing. I'm not going to say to throw 4 in, because if you had all those in your hand, you'd be pissed off. But I will say
matches, that you were able to play it against me in
7, or 12 of them. I mean, fuck. And I draw a lot of cards.
Pain in the ass
when you draw those cards, you get your lands that you need for the end game, and you get your downfalls that you need to hold your victory. You know what I mean? Like, you have 2 creatures out, 3 creatures out. If you get to draw cards, you get to draw removal, and that's all you want. You want to keep your share on the board, and you want to draw removal after that. Yeah, you can draw in your other big creatures, your Pelucranos and your Wingmate Rock, but you don't care at that time. At the time you have 5 mana, you want to keep your shit on the board, and you want to win. And so you draw on your removal, and you win. So, anyways, nice. It's a card that nobody ever played, and I feel like drawing cards with a green card while pumping your shit and giving it trample. I don't see the problem with that. It's delicious. So that's what I got going on, and I did play against Nice Deck, and I went 2 to his 3, but
you didn't have a chance to cast that card.
Yeah, there are some things that didn't work out. You know what I mean? He had some mana screwing, and basically what it came down to is he had flyers and I didn't, or he had flyers and I didn't have removal, and then when he lost, he just really didn't have enough lands. He could cast 1 thing per turn at best, and that's all he could cast. So, and especially in a Mardu deck, you want 2 things per turn.
Yeah.
So. And that's my 2 cents, and I am out of here. Woo! Yeah, I don't even know what's next. What the fuck's going on?
All right, well, let me go through my my Mardu build that I solely came up with and had no help.
Nobody's ever talked shit about
face off of mine.
Yeah.
I had a really different build in mind. My build was a lot closer to the one that was in the top 8 in New Jersey.
You're just shitting all over his. He has his homebrew, and now you're just like, oh, mine's more like a top 8 deck.
No. I'm saying that's what I wanted to build.
I'm just fucking with you, dog.
So copy that top 8.
So I proxied a top 8 deck.
No. I thought about this deck before it was in the top 8.
Fuck all y'all.
No, but seriously, I had this deck in mind. It came in close to what I had built in the top 8 in New Jersey, and I didn't have I wanted to do some playtesting on Moto, and I didn't have a lot of the cards, and I didn't have a lot of money, so I just kind of threw together a deck that I could afford, and I just wanted to fuck around with it, and it turned out pretty fucking good. And so I made some tweaks to it, and this is what I have right now. It's still in the playtesting phase. I have 1-ofs or 2-ofs that...
Take out Mogus.
I have 1-ofs. That's actually one I might take out. But, alright, so I have 4 Bloodsoaked Champions. I love this fucking card. It does a lot of work in this deck, and you'll see why soon. I have 3 Thoughtseizes and 2 Despises. How I came up with this number, I'm not quite sure, but it seems to be working out. Despise is doing a lot of work in the format, especially with all these Abzan decks running around. Jeskai, it seems to be working out. I have 2 Timoret the Murder King. Who the fuck is he, you might ask? Well, I will tell you. For black and a red, Legendary Zombie Warrior 2/2.
Legendary rare that does nothing.
Yes,
I'm just
except
kidding, I'm just
in this deck. Here's a 2/2. And then you can pay 1 and a red, sacrifice another creature. Timuret deals 2 damage to target player. Pay 1 and a black, sacrifice a creature, return Timuret graveyard to your hand. So, I mostly use, obviously, sacrifice another creature does 2 damage. Because that's what a lot of this deck is, just pinging for 2 a lot of the time. So I like it. To get some tokens out on the board, because I don't have Goblin Rabblemaster, I have 1 online. I have 2 Hordling Outbursts, so it's to put 3 1/1 red Goblin creature tokens on the battlefield, which is working out really fucking nice. I have, like I said, I have 1 Goblin Rabblemaster online, so that's all I'm playing with because it's fucking expensive. For my removal suite, I'm still messing around with the numbers on Mardu Charm, but I love the fucking card. So it's like, nice Courser, bro. Boom, Mardu Charm. So that's one of the modes. The other one is put 2...
More for your sacking shit, the 2 white tokens.
Yeah, 2 white tokens. They gain first strike till end of turn. And I didn't really give a fuck about the last one, but it's actually pretty fucking good. It's duress, basically. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. That player discards that card. But at instant speed. So I was able to fuck over this control deck that had Prognostic Sphinx. And so I forget exactly what the play was, but just to get the cards out of his hand, I was able to play a spell. So he discarded it, gave it hexproof until end of turn or whatever. And then on his upkeep, or an end step or something, I was able to get the card out of his hand and then kill the Prognostic Sphinx. So the instant speed really is doing a lot of work. So I really like that card. But the card that's doing, it's my new favorite removal spell, is Crackling Doom.
Oh, yeah, it's a good card.
Yeah, for red, white, black. Deals 2 damage to each opponent. Each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures he or she controls. It's just fucking lovely. Especially against the ramp decks. It's like, sure, play your Elvish Mystic. Play your Sylvan Caryatid, and then whatever they bring out with all that ramp, I just kill it. It's nice. Or I even went as far as to Crackling Doom a Elvish Mystic, just because the guy was fucked on lands.
Yes, so you did it to my Sylvan Caryatid.
I did it to your Sylvan Caryatid too. Also, when...
Because you're a dick!
Exactly. So it works out. Obviously, I have 4 Heroes Downfalls because fucking awesome card. I have 2 Active Treasons, which work out with Timuret the Murder King. So for 5 mana, I steal your guy, fucking attack in, and sack him, and I deal 2 damage to you, which is lovely. I have 4 Butcher of the Hordes because, holy shit, sacking... He's just...
Yeah.
He's the shit. He's... What was the black demon from Return to Ravnica block that everyone was sleeping on?
Desecration Demon?
Yeah, I feel like it's the new Desecration Demon.
Oh, yeah.
But better.
No, I mean, I don't know. Well, better is tough because of the mana
6/6.
cost. Well, 6/6, yes, but the mana cost. Also because of the 4 toughness. If it was a 5/5, it would actually be like...
Oh, it'd be
a
a
much better
1,000
card.
times better.
So that's the thing, but otherwise, I do agree.
But I mean, like,
agree.
he fills that role that other decks used Desecration.
No, the haste and lifelink are very...
Dude,
the big deal. The vigilance has not come up in damn near any game,
Nope.
which is still important, though. I still feel it should be available. But the haste comes up in damn near every game.
Yep.
The lifelink comes up in, oh my god, I better survive. Here we go.
So you might notice, my deck's kind of not doing a shitload, there's a lot of reactionary spells and a lot of hand disruption, but shit can get through, especially if there's like tokens or fucking something that can start pinging me down. So the lifelink is super important with Butcher of the Horde. And
Perforos is super important.
Perforos. That is what... I was like, you know what? When Crow was talking about putting Perforos in his tokens deck, I was like, yeah, it could be pretty good, especially with Hordling Outburst or, Goblin Rabblemaster or whatever. It could do some damage, but I had some online. I was like, fuck it, I'll throw it in, see what happens. I severely underestimated how good it would be to Perforos.
Oh, she good. She good.
Oh, she good. So, you have Goblin Rabblemaster out. Play a Perforos. Bam, 2 damage. Goblin dies, whatever.
Hordling Outburst, 6 more.
Hordling Outburst, or even Butcher of the Horde. Like, it's ridiculous. And especially Blood-Soaked Champion. I can send him in, knowing he's gonna die. He dies. He runs into Pelucranos or fucking whatever. Then I can or I can sack him with Timuret. I attack in. Before damage goes through, I sack him with Timuret. 2 damage. And then he triggered his own raid. So I pay 2 to bring him back on the board.
And you have 4 mana because Perforos costs 4.
Yeah, so that's
perfect casting.
That's 4 mana for 4 damage. Sure, that's not like breaking the game, but if I need to get like that extra damage through that I just can't get through, that's a nice little cheap way to do it. I'm fucking around with Amogus. He's not the best, but just that inevitability of 2 damage or sack a creature. Sacking a creature's nice because a lot of my shit's low toughness, or just that 2 damage every turn is fucking nice.
Not worth it.
I'm still fucking around with it. I might. So I have 1 Ash Cloud Phoenix because I have 1 online.
Not worth it.
So this guy I like just to have another attacker in the air. But when he dies, return it to the battlefield face down because he's a morph. And so when he's turned face up, it deals 2 damage to each player. So when he dies, it goes to the graveyard, it comes back. That triggers Perforos, and then I flip him up. That's another 2 damage. So it's just those 2/2/2 pings. And I also have, for the top end, 1 Stormbreath Dragon and 1 Sarkhan. It's hard for me to pick which one I like more, because Sarkhan, just that -3 when I need it.
Yeah, it's a good ability.
-3, your Mantis Rider, so I can get Butcher through, is awesome. Or some variation, not necessarily Mantis Rider, but just to be able to get something off the board that I can't deal with. And then he's Indestructible Dragon, Storm Breath, Protection from White is so good with fucking Abzan. I haven't fucked around with his monstrous at all. But yeah, that's basically the deck I got. I'm still fucking around with the sideboard. I got some Anger of the Gods, Freakus Cures for the aggro, Glare of Heresies for Elspeth, Erase for the combo, and then I put the Erebos, 2 Ereboses in the, or I'm gonna put them in the sideboard, just because it's really hard to keep up with the life gain of Abzan. So I'm really liking the deck. It's doing really fucking good online. But I would like to, take it to like a Friday Night Magic or something like that. Something where I'm gonna, because or even play with it in a tournament online. Because I'm just fucking around like the tournament practice room. So a lot of other people are just fucking around with their brews. But I am seeing like some top 8 decks in there, and so it's kind of cool to know that it's not just a shitty deck.
For everyone out there looking at Jeskai, the Jeskai Tempo and whatever, and Abzan mid-range and all those fancy creatures, just so you know, Mardu Tokens works.
It is a deck.
It is a deck. It works. So if you're looking at, oh my god, I kind of like this in-your-face strategy. I kind of don't want to just pay a bunch of money for all these crazy, expensive, high-power cards. I want to play Hordling Outburst that costs, 10 cents. I want to play these other cards that just...
Hordling Outburst is a cheap replacement for Goblin Rabblemaster.
Right.
Because that card is fucking expensive as dick.
Yeah, it is. So, you can build a good Mardu deck. I mean, minus the lands, because that's up to the person.
Right.
I can't advise what lands to buy. But really, you can build a strong Mardu deck for like, $80.
Yeah.
And if you want to build a crazy Mardu deck, okay, fine, like 300. It's just what it happens because Rebel Master and all this shit goes up. But otherwise,
probably like 160 plus into mine.
You know what I mean? So the prices go up, but if you want to build a teamer deck, it's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Land's expensive, creatures are expensive, mana ramping is pretty expensive, and you want to build an Abzan deck. Well, guess what? It's basically the most expensive fucking cards in the whole thing. So, other than that though. And Jeskai is, it's okay. It's not too bad, actually. You want to go into it, dig through time, like kind of went up in price. But otherwise, a lot of those creatures are really not that bad. So the tempo deck, if you're really into control, now's a good time because control is cheaper than it was last year.
Oh, fuck yeah, it is.
So it's actually not bad for anyone out there that just feels like they want to play blue and control the board and piss the player off they're playing.
Because Disdainful Stroke, common. Fucking Dissolve, common. Fucking a lot of shit is cheap, like you were saying.
So we have to butt in, we have Twitter follower Russ Lanchik, however you say that. I said, y'all, I like that. Y'all should take another look at the Jeskai lists from the Pro Tour. That and Abzan will dominate the new standard. He also said, do a weekly show, then play more control. He's all over the place, is really what I'm concerned. He's talking about control, Abzan, and Jeskai. I don't even know what's going on here. But either way, we do appreciate the second vote, which I will count that, for a weekly show. Second vote. We're still out there. We're looking for 3 more votes. 3 more votes. Please, people. 3 more votes.
Can I put 3 more in?
No, fuck no. Different people. Weekly show is on the hand here. Us getting together twice as often. It's a big deal.
More magic. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
More magic. Who doesn't want more magic?
I certainly do.
More talking about old ladies taking shits in the fucking trolley. Talking about dicks and hairy butts and all kinds of weird stuff going on with us. It's crazy.
I will have to say, last thing about my deck is the mana is really hard because everything is double black, double red, or Mardu colors. So I'm running 4 Temples of Silence, 4 Temples of Triumph, 4 Nomad Outbursts, and I'm going to put in 2 Yurbog Tomb of Yawgmoth. However the fuck you say that.
That's a mouthful.
So,
it is, though. It's I like the lore and all this fun stuff goes with it, but sometimes I'm like, oh, you're just trying to piss us off with all this crazy news.
So the mana can be a bitch, and sometimes it's kind of slow, and I don't get what I get. Everything comes in tapped, it feels like, but it's working out. But yeah, the mana is... It's fucking like those temples I had already bought, but they're like $5 a piece now. Your bog is $10 or whatever, so... So anyways.
So what do you guys say? Maybe we go ahead and mix it up a little bit and get on to the old tradition of some motherfucking new knowledge.
New knowledge.
Say a new knowledge.
So, yeah, we're actually going to do a quick little noob's knowledge here on a topic that, for new players or even for us, you know, it's hard to keep when we're building a deck or when we're looking at what we can replace in a deck. You know, sometimes we get excited and
such as I am right
start throwing just random shit in. So Reich, when you're building a deck,
look for red-green.
So red-green.
He goes on
I got a fetch land for you.
Top8mtg.com.
Yeah. Maybe I'm talking to the wrong person. No. So how shall I phrase this? What do you prioritize when you're deck building?
I definitely prioritize the face beating. And then secondly, I prioritize, do my cards interact in the way that I want them to interact to benefit me?
Right. So first you're just looking at like raw power.
Yeah.
You just want to beat face or, you know, get their life down to 20. Plain and simple. Win the game. But what do you mean interact well together?
Well, you need cards that generally they don't oppose one another on the board. You don't want a card that, you know, you have to sack something to gain something when you need creatures on the board. Right. You don't want to sack your own creatures when you're relying on your creatures as your backbone to ramp into another creature.
So what you're saying is, if you were playing my deck, which obviously focuses on the triggers of Perforos, you wouldn't want to play, let's say, a Hushwing Griff.
No, you don't want to play Hushwing Griffs. You don't want to play any kind of
Hushwing
Griff.
That's a hard word to say a bunch of times.
Hushwing Griff.
Hushwing Griff.
All one word.
Stops triggers from happening.
Abilities.
No, not activated.
Oh, that's the other one.
Triggers happening from enter the battlefield effects.
Yeah, so you don't want to be playing Perforos and a Hushwing Griff in the same deck because you're counteracting your card synergy.
Let's just say you're playing a Mardu deck, right?
Right.
And you're just playing Mardu good stuff. 4 charms and 4 the con and all kinds of fun stuff because you have them and they just seem like they're real good. And then you throw Butcher and the Horde in there. What are you going to sack to provide those added bonuses? You thought it was a good card because it's a 5/4 flyer, but how do you make it worthwhile? Why would you put that card in if you didn't have a strategy built around it?
To sack guys and make them that much better and really
you want
advantage of all the flavor.
Are you going to sack your 7/2 5-mana haste, con just to pump the fucking flyer? No. You want to keep your 7/2 on the board.
Right.
So now all you have is a 5/4 flyer.
5/4 flyer. Vanilla 5/4 flyer, basically. So what you're saying is, you want to play Butcher of the Horde. So now you need to kind of surround Butcher of the Horde with cards that will make him even better. And so this is what we call in the industry
a supporting cast.
It's called synergy.
Oh, synergy, that too.
And just basically how cards interact. So, not to put Crow on the spot here, but I noticed.
But I will.
But I totally will.
I'm going to use this new knowledge for myself.
Through a card, you're all pissed off.
So, obviously deck brewing, you do whatever you want, whatever makes you feel good. But I know when I start opening packs and getting good cards, I want to throw them in a deck and play with them.
Yeah.
And I had this problem.
That's Noob 101.
Yeah, you're like, Noob
101.
This 7-mana card does everything.
Yeah, I must play
the end.
Exactly. I had a problem with my Golgari deck where I would want to play a certain card and then I would add it. And then, I want to support that card, so I'll throw in 2 more cards. But in doing that, I'm taking away cards from other cards that are supporting other cards. You know what I mean? So it's I have 2 themes going on, and they
don't interact.
And they don't interact together. So I had one theme, and then I started taking away from that to build another theme in the same deck. And now I have 2 shitty sub-themes.
Then you have 2 cards in the battlefield, and they don't do shit together.
Exactly.
And you're hoping that you draw the same theme in one thing, but that's just not how it works.
Exactly. So I was noticing, this is more of a token deck? Or is it just good stuff deck?
No, it's more based on a token deck. I name my deck Feed the Butcher. It's really built about getting my tokens out there, my Rival Masters, my Hordeling Outbursts, so I can use the shit out of my Butcher of the Horde.
Right.
That's the main overall. And then I have Dictative Erebos as another.
Tokens. You sack a token to the Butcher, which then activates one of the abilities on the Butcher, Lifelink, Haste, or Vigilance. Also triggers on the stack Dictative Erebos, which makes your opponent sacrifice a creature before the attack step is finished.
And their face melts.
And their face, and then they take a shit at a neutralization.
Yeah, that's what happened.
They have shit in their sea. They can't even make a neutralization of shit.
So, let's say you were to open up 3 more Sarkans, and you're like, fuck, Sarkin is a really good fucking card. It's a good finisher. It's very versatile. So you start taking out your dictates because you don't want
5-mana spot.
Yeah, you don't want too many 5-drop slots, and then so that starts taking away from your token theme and how it works out. So when you're building a deck, you want to be able to.
So what you're saying is you only have to throw Sarkin in.
No, I think actually in your deck, I think 1 Sarkin would be good.
I just pulled it. I'm like, yeah.
Right.
I also have 1 Sorin.
Right.
And I just part of it is being a noob. I got Planeswalkers. I want to play them. I want to make them work. So far, I gotten Sorin on the board a couple times, and really all I've been able to do use them with is get the vampire tokens, which is a shitty fucking -2. But I hope to use them when I have a bunch of tokens out there, give them all lifelink, and go, here we go.
Right.
That's what I want to have. It hasn't happened for me yet. That's the plan with them.
Well, I also agree that putting a 1-of in your deck just to play test, we all do that, we were just talking about Hot Sauce with his +3/+3 draw cards and my shitty Mogus over here. We just throw them in just to see if it'll work, and if it'll work, we'll tweak the numbers. But there are decks out there that just play good stuff. I want Courser, and I want Rabble Master, and I want this powerful card, and they don't. There's no theme. You know, not that you need a theme in a deck, but it's just good cards, powerful cards.
That's what's shitty about hot sauces.
I know.
It's just good shit, but then it also ends up having synergy. It's like, you're such a prick.
Some synergy, but mostly just good stuff up in your face.
Yeah, it's just a lot of good stuff, and that's what a lot of...
I'm trying to get up in that cornhole the whole time.
Yeah, just trying to work it in there. That's what a lot of top 8 decks are, is just the most powerful cards in the format, and then they tweak the numbers to where it all works together. And then some of them, like, let's say, the combo deck, the Ascendancy deck, that is all based on theme. The theme is to fucking pop that combo off. Hot Sauce, why don't you describe the deck? Actually, you know what? I was listening to one of our podcasts, the 1 or 2 previous ones, and you actually talked about the Ascendancy deck, but it was like a different version, definitely, than the ones that are seeing a lot of play right now.
Right. If you really want to get into that, I can only talk about what I built.
Well, I mean, just talk about why. Just talk about the synergy with the cards. Why did you put certain cards in there to support what cards?
Just based around Jeskai? Or based on...
Or just any deck, but I'm just saying that one as an example.
Around something is that... So Jeskai Ascendancy is a really powerful enchantment that's come out. It's really affected Modern. It's been like this card that has turned Modern all around. Jeskai Ascendancy reads, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn, untap those creatures. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. So, the first thing is what really wins. Is that whenever you cast a non-creature spell, your creatures get +1/+1. So your little shitty whatever card, your little 0/2, your little 1/1, whatever, now becomes a 2/2. And it untaps. And all this fun stuff happens. So what people play is they play those, what do you want to call it? Those cantrips?
Right.
You know, where you cast an instant that gives +2/+0 to a creature or whatever, and then it draws a card. And then you get that card again. What's going on? Hold on. What's going on?
I understand what a cantrip is.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. A cantrip is a card that when you play the card, it says, in the text of the card, it says draw another card.
And it's usually like a very low
casting,
1, 2,
and it's also low effect. It's not something that draws you like 3 cards and then just says or whatever. It says give this thing +5/+0.
It's usually a very shitty card, like the white one that just came out. Give creature +1/+0, draw a card,
which is nothing.
Yeah,
but it draws a card, so it replaces itself. You pay 1 mana, you draw a card. Does the bonus happen? Cool, whatever. You don't even care basically about the +1/+0.
Right. It's like a Magma Jet, be kind of like a stepsister of that type of thing.
In the sense that you scry, yes, but it affects the library, but this one just simply just gets you another card, and hopefully it gets you another low casting card that you can just play the rest of that turn.
Right.
So you just keep drawing these cards, keep playing these low casting cards, and you pump your guy up to some huge number. Your 0/2 Ornithopter turns into a 17-19 because you keep cantripping, drawing cards. Hopefully, one of the creatures you untapped is a mana creature. You get to use that creature to tap for mana to cast the card you drew from your last Ascendancy trigger. So you just keep doing that, and your creature becomes gigantic, and you attack in, because after that last Ascendancy trigger, he is still untapped, and you get to attack in for whatever number. So that's the basis of the Ascendancy trigger.
So Ornithopter, in a nutshell, horrible card.
Right.
Horrible, shitty.
I've heard other casts say, friends do not let other friends play Ornithopter.
Yeah. And
draft or anything.
Cantrips, horrible card. Their power level is shit. They are not powerful cards. But
there's always a but. It's a but. But.
But why is this deck playing those shitty combos?
Well, the thing is, I can't really talk too much about the Ascendancy deck.
No, I'm just saying.
I can only talk about my deck.
Synergy.
Synergy.
Damn it, I was setting you up. They play those shitty cards because they synergize with the Ascendancy.
Too stupid for that. Point to what you want to say. What do you want me to say?
I don't even know if I spelled synergy
right. You're getting a fucking 5/5 flyer when you use Ensoul Artifact.
No, that is synergy. That if you play Ornithopter, you have to play Ensoul Artifact. It's 2 cards that work together. And so Artifact has base power 5 and 5. So that means that your Ornithopter O2, you cast it on turn 1. On turn 2, you have a blue and a colorless, whatever 2 mana you have, as long as one is a blue. You turn your Ornithopter into a 5/5 flyer, and you attack for 5 on turn 2. That's not fair. But synergy happens, and guess what happens? You fucking get to attack for 5 on turn 2. And they have to waste a removal spell on it, which is just fine because guess what? You got to attack for 5. Hopefully it attacks a couple times for 5, but otherwise, just attacking once is great. If you're on the play and you play your land, right? You play your tap land. You play any land. I don't even care. Your opponent plays his scry land. Okay, he scries for his fun stuff. Great. Now on your turn, you play an untapped land. You have 2 mana available. You have your Ornithopter available. You go ahead and play in Soul Artifact. Guess what? You get for 5. He has a scry. He has one tapped land, and you attack for 5 in the air. What the fuck is fair about that? But goddammit, you play one for the other. You're never going to play in Soul Artifact without Ornithopter. You're never going to play the other one. That's how it goes.
Yeah, that's right.
So if they synergize together.
What's the word of the day?
Darksteel Citadel.
I feel like it's Pee-wee's Playhouse, and when we say synergize, balls to drop from the ceiling.
And the couch groans arms. And it's like,
He wants us to put our balls in his mouth whenever we say synergize.
The problem is, all I want to talk about
Glad
is
you picked up on it.
this deck that I have. We'll talk about Perforos and other synergy in a second, but I want to mention this deck because it's a deck that doesn't work, but it does work at the same time. It works when it works. It's kind of hard because there's so much going on that you can't just reliably draw into what you need. But basically, it revolves around a few different cards. Jeskai Ascendancy, Midnight Guard, Altar of the Brood, Retraction Helix, Ornithopter, Briber's Purse, and Perforos. And let me pull up real quick what that all means. You know what I'm saying?
You already have a good base of synergy.
There's all
the
thing is, it's all synergy. That's the messed up part. Is that nothing works by itself at all. I will lose without these cards, so I can basically just read what I have online. So, Retraction Helix is the all-star. I would say Retraction Helix reads: until end of turn, target creature gains. Tap this creature. Return target non-permanent to its owner's hand. That is not just against your opponent, it's against your own. So, combo 1 is Retraction Helix on a creature while Jeskai Ascendancy is on the board. And Briber's Purse. Every time you return Briber's Purse to your hand, cast it again for 0, which costs 0 to cast it. An enchanted creature untaps, which is +1/+1 till end of turn. So you just go ahead and tap that same creature that has Retraction Helix on it again. You return Briber's Purse to your hand again, cast it again for 0. That creature untaps, and you get to tap it again and cast Briber's Purse, and you just go on a million times.
What? Ascendancy's building every creature?
Yeah, your Ascendancy, every time you tap it, gets +1/+1 till end of turn. You just tap it a million times, and you swing in with your million creature. So the second one is Retraction Helix on Midnight Guard, while Altar of the Brood and Ornithopter on the board. Tap Midnight Guard to return Ornithopter to your hand while it has Retraction Helix on it. Every time you cast Ornithopter, Altar of the Brood mills your opponent for 1 card. Altar of the Brood reads, goddammit. Whenever I know there's so much shit going on right now. Altar of the Brood reads: whenever you cast a permanent onto the board, your opponent mills 1 card. So when you use Midnight Guard to return Ornithopter to your hand, you go ahead and cast that, and it'll mill 1 card. Well, whenever you cast that, what happens?
What does happen?
So it's just an infinite combo of you cycle it 60 times.
Better than that. I want to cut this out.
There's the damage
I'm sorry.
and there's the mill combo. You're on the mill combo right there, Saucy.
Midnight Guard, whenever... the thing is, I was thinking... I should probably cut this out.
You should stop thinking.
Is what I'm saying. No, I was thinking that Ascendancy needs to be on the board, but it doesn't need to be on the board. It's that Midnight Guard untaps whenever you cast a creature.
Right.
So
you don't need the Ascendancy because you don't even need to attack. You just mill them out.
Cut this out.
Yeah, I'm cutting it out.
You're gonna cut shit.
So whenever you cast Ornithopter again, Midnight Guard reads, whenever another creature enters the battlefield, untap Midnight Guard. So he untaps. Well, guess what? He has the Retraction Helix spell still on him. So you get to tap him again, because every time you cast a creature, he untaps. Tap him again, return Ornithopter to your hand again. Oh, fuck it. Cast Ornithopter for 0. He untaps. He gets +1/+1 again, or whatever, but that doesn't really matter, because Alter of the Brood triggers. Mill a card. Tap it, Midnight Guard again. Ornithopter goes back to your hand. Cast Ornithopter. Alter of the Brood triggers again. Mills another card. Do it 1,000,000 times, and your opponent is milled to 0. 1,000,000 times probably excessive. Just do it for 60. It's
Probably, yeah.
However many number of cards in his library.
How over the top of the deck?
Yeah,
right.
How not to be a dick? Don't mill 1,000.
They're going to like -1 cards. You're like, mill those cards again.
Build anymore, man.
He mills the 52, so they have 1 card left to pick
And then
up.
I
Like,
play this-
good luck with that last card.
I play this other card that says reshuffle your graveyard into your library, and then you do it.
Mill it again.
Just to make you, just to piss you
Mill
off.
it again.
Yeah, mill it again. Yeah, exactly. Sounds like some prison shit.
I imagine Peter with his boobies.
You like that? You like that side boob? Yeah, that's my side.
You shouldn't. It's my side, dude. Okay, so I'm going to get to the third combo, but besides that, I'm going to get on to why this is important. So the third combo is Retraction Helix on Midnight Guard, while Perforos and Ornithopter on the board. So it's the same thing. So it's either Alter the Brood or Perforos. Alter the Brood. Whenever you bring out Ornithopter 1,000,000 times, Alter the Brood triggers, because a permanent comes on the board, mills a bunch of cards. If Perforos is on the board instead, you get to do 2 damage to target opponent every time a creature comes onto the board. So you get Midnight Guard on the board, Retraction Helix that shit. You tap them, you return Ornithopter to your hand, you cast them for 0. It untaps Midnight Guard and triggers Perforos, which is 2 damage. Fuck it. Tap Midnight Guard again, Ornithopter to your hand, cast it again, and Perforos goes again. Over and over again to do 1,000,000 damage. So this deck is terrible in the sense that you need one of the combos to come up. It's kind of what we were talking about, that you don't want to build a deck around 2 combos or 2 synergistic themes or whatever, because you got to have both on the board. But this has 3, so god damn it, honestly.
They're using Retraction Helix for like all 3. They're using very similar.
Ornithopter and
So it's
Midnight Guard.
it's
not
not
so bad.
It's not that bad because they're sharing the cards. It's not like you're building 2 different themes.
Yeah. So anyone that's not been listening for the past 15 minutes, let's go back to the combo stuff. The problem is that I would never play Midnight Guard. I would never play Alter of the Brood. I would never play Ornithopter, Retraction Helix. All these cards are terrible cards, mostly. But because they are 0-casted cards, or cards that return 0-casted cards back to your hand,
right,
this shit makes a whole lot of sense.
They work with your original theme.
Right. So if you can get any of these cards on the board, guess what? You're going to fucking win the game no matter what. Basically, no matter what. So, that's the appreciation for the Ascendancy and Alter the Brood, and goddamn it, Ornithopter. Because Ornithopter sucks, but when it comes out with the one that turns into a 5/5, I mean, that's fantastic and all that shit. But otherwise, we can pretty much turn it on.
Free flying chump blocker.
No, really though, really. So we can really turn it on to things like Perforos, right?
Yeah.
That's why we appreciate the synergies therein.
So Perforos does what, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's powerful decks that don't use synergy, but I think it's funner to use decks that synergize together, like my mill deck, which used 1,000,000 common shitty cards, but it was all in the theme of milling you out and getting to that 5 mana. Just any way I could get to 5 mana to get my 5 drops on the board.
Right.
Or even with my discard deck, where I was using fucking Mind Rot. Who the fuck plays Mind Rot, But it was in the theme of the deck, and so I actually built that deck, my new version of it, online. It's horrible.
It's true though.
It's not working out too well.
Well, let's go back, because Waste Not is a card you can't play. We'll say that right now.
You can't just throw it into any deck.
If you pulled a waste knot and you were like, oh, it's worth $4, cool, sell it for $2. Do not play that card because there is nothing in there for you. You have to play a deck around it. And you have to play, 4 waste knots or 3 waste knots or whatever feels good to you. If you put it in there and just thinking that you have 1 waste knot and 1 mind rot, guess what? Nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
You're never going to pull it.
You just wasted 2 cards, 2 slots in your deck.
If you want to play Perforos, you need to play a lot of tokens, a lot of things that bring out multiple creatures.
Right.
The Blood-Soaked Champion's an example of that because you bring it up in the beginning, which is fine. It's out on the board on the battlefield. Bring out Perforos afterwards. Guess what? The trigger didn't happen because Perforos came out after. No big deal. You go ahead and attack or sack it or whatever you got to do to get that shit off the board. Get off Blood-Soaked Champion. Into the graveyard. Play it again. The trigger happens. Hordeling Outburst. 3 1/1 Goblin tokens come onto the battlefield. That triggers Perforos 3 times, which causes 6 damage to target opponent, which just goes around all the shit. They could have 11/11, Genesis Hydras and all kinds of crazy shit to block all your game. You're just sitting there like, yeah, I don't have much, but whatever. You play that with Perforos, 6 damage. You might win the game. You never know. There's all kinds of things that can trigger Perforos.
It's so exciting when my Hurling Outburst or Rattlemaster goes into my Butcher, and then from there I flash in Dictate when I got tokens on the board to you attacking in, them dying off, and your whole board's wiped out for my tokens.
Here's another noob.
It's just great.
Here's another noob's knowledge. When Rabblemaster, when his activated ability happens and he brings out a 1/1 Goblin token, that token is not tapped until you declare attackers. During the attack phase, beginning of attack phase, untapped Goblin token comes out. That
beginning of combat.
What's that?
Beginning of combat?
Beginning of combat. Well, yeah, beginning of combat. He comes out, untapped, that 1/1. That means that you're able to sack that. Of course. Well, you're going to do it no matter what. Sack it to the Butcher, but more importantly, you're able to tap it for the Convoke for Stoke the Flames.
Or if you just brought out Butcher, you can sack it before you declare attackers and give them haste.
Right, but that's already been expected. I knew that before all this happened. I didn't know he'd come on untapped for Convoke spells.
Convoke is a big
deal right now.
Yeah.
And I feel like Convoke spells matter if you need that extra mana.
Right.
You can Convoke him for a red or Convoke him for whatever the hell to bring out whatever Convoke spell pre-combat, and that is just fantastic. I always thought that Rabblemaster brought him out tapped. I just get confused in the declare attackers phase.
Right.
So when you say like declare attackers, I'm just tapping my shit, but it's not that way. You have to it's declare attackers phase.
Beginning of combat.
Yeah, beginning of combat. There it is. It brings it out. Then you can tap after you declare.
Right.
And because it says like this must attack each turn, yes, you have to declare. But otherwise, you have that step of convoking the shit out of it.
As long as it's an instant.
And that not only does that save your token into attacking into some shitty 4 or 5 Siege Rhino that you do not want to sack that fucking token into, it convokes into something else. So it's a really important thing. Like metagame is all about that shit. It's really important to find those little things.
That little window to get that extra bit of value.
That's what wins games, is that you have these really powerful cards that win on their own, and then you find this little window to fucking win the game.
And that would keep that goblin on the board too, which next turn would also boost up your Rattlemaster if you chose
if you keep that token, you bring him out, you keep that token on the board because you tapped him for the Convoke and didn't have to attack. That means that next time you have to attack with Rebelmaster, or you want to attack with Rebelmaster, you can go and attack for 1 point more, and that 1 damage might mean game. I mean, there's all kinds of things that matter.
Yeah.
For something I had no fucking idea of.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's expensive as shit.
Yeah, that's why he's a
and Rebelmaster is fucking $18 some bullshit.
$18 right now?
I don't know. It's something really fucking high.
Wait for him to come back down.
So the takeaway is this:
I got my 4.
Definitely, when you're thinking of a synergistic or making a deck that has synergy, just take a top-down look on your deck and just make sure that you don't have anything that's going against the theme or the synergy that you're attempting to pull off.
Do we have anything for Corsair Crufix besides the typical? You can say the fetch lands.
Just the fetch lands.
If you see the top card of your deck from Corsair Crufix and you have fetch land and you just want to hold on to it, and just go ahead and go and search for a land. You're going to shuffle your library. You're like, fuck it, I don't want to draw that. And go ahead and shuffle the shit out of your way.
Shuffle it out.
What else, though? Because I feel like Corsair Kruvix is more powerful than that.
I think that's the only thing that's really been.
Well, it's one of the combos that you can do with it, but other than that, just getting that land off the top of your card is saving your turn.
What about just like drawing cards? That could be something. It's pretty small, but like if you have a dig through time, maybe you can just get that shit out of the way, shuffle, and go for it. I don't know. It's one more card. Yeah. It's not very important, but still, it's just something.
I think it's just just getting that land off the top. Because if you didn't have Corsair into play and you're showing a land on top of your deck, being able to play that land off the top of your deck and not draw it that next turn and just kind of digging for your answers or your better creatures is kind of where Corsair's like bread and butter is.
And for fun, gaining extra life.
Yeah. Life gain is always good.
I forgot where I heard this. Might have been Pro Tour podcast something. But there was this fun little interaction with fetch lands. I think it was mostly with the control deck with bounce spells. So they bring out a land. They go to crack it. That goes on the stack. You bounce their creature to the top of their deck, and now they have to find a land and shuffle their deck. Now their creature is shuffled in their deck. I thought that was really cool.
That's actually kind of cool.
I didn't think about it.
That's like cool tech. No,
in
standard right now.
What decks? What decks are people looking for?
No, I'm saying any deck that plays fetch lands.
Okay.
So you're playing fetch lands. I have the bounce spell in my hand.
Right.
So probably control.
So I'm like, I need
So you bounce it.
So I crack because I need a green mana. So I crack my fetch land for a green mana. In response to me cracking it, he puts my creature on top of my library.
I know.
So I have to shuffle
I didn't see it at first. Okay, I got it.
I know. It's you don't think about it, right? It's fucking crazy. So I just heard that and I was like, wow, that's why we are not pro players because they do shit like that.
Right.
But anyways. I think that's about it for this episode. Episode 17 of Lands Could
Man,
Kill.
you got it right.
I know I got it right this time. And we might have some big news about where If Lands Could Kill is going to be going in the future. So stick around
to space.
That.
Really though, I really hope that you guys in the audience, I hope you guys let us know what you want us to do also.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We always appreciate feedback. We get so little of it, but we will really appreciate it.
Let us know how much you hate the new guy.
Yeah, does this guy suck? Is he okay? I don't know.
Yeah.
Nobody knows, right?
Yeah, one episode a week, and should we kick the new guy?
Oh, come on.
Trust me, I'll be the first one voting on there.
Oh, you cunt.
You cunt.
Your mom's a whore. Anyways, it's...
Well, I met your mom. I know she's a whore.
She didn't... Never mind. I'm Knife City.
This is Rank.
You said you go last. You
man, you
dude.
fucking up.
From the top.
I was looking around the table and I fucked myself
Here,
up.
let's go real slow. My name is Knife City.
And I'm Reich.
Mr. So and Crow.
Hot fuck it up ball sauce.
Hey, that sounds alright!
Golf clap for that.
And we'll catch you guys later.
I was thinking we should just get whatever music we have and just play it maybe like during the break or something like that. Maybe we can have a break, and then if you have a song from your band that you recorded, just play it. Or if I come up with some little 2-minute little jam session thing, just play it. It's just fun, fun stuff in the middle.
The outro or something. Oh, thank you, my good sir.
Wow, dude. Wow. Jesus, dude, get the fucking towel over your arm and pour it over the top, you asshole.
Jesus.
So you expecting
these
tips?
bills?
We're not used to this.
Can I tip you in magic cards?
Nice friend this.
I know what it's like, dude. Okay, I'm the new one.
That performance,
I gotta earn my way in here, right?
That performance was worth a fucking fucking comment for sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
As a tip, I give him a foil call.
Yeah, you gotta go there. So average, of course, is fucking uncommon. You know what I mean? And then if she's super hot, then it might be a mythic rare.
Yeah.
And if it was a dude and he was just good, rare, that's fine.
You give him a basic land.
Yeah.
He's fucking asshole.
What an asshole.
That's no tip.
I know.
I have to throw those in the trash now, so it's worse than no tip.
Yeah. I
just created more work for me.
Exactly.
Jewish people always get basic lands.